started out with a look, sapphire eyes just to get me cooking. I knew I'd have you by hook or crook that night.
Good morning, every pony. DJ Smack Talk here. Starting off, looks like we're having some weird and wonderful weather today. Most of the maws getting dusted with a bit of snow. I guess it's close enough to hearthwarming and all, but this region of the wasteland, scratch that, the whole wasteland doesn't exactly get a whole lot of snow. So I imagine there's a bunch of ponies going, what's this? What's this? There's white stuff everywhere. Now, I don't know if it's just us or more than the maw that's getting this weather, but either way, enjoy it while it lasts, everyone. On to the big story. Today's the very, very, very big day. The Four Horses gang is holding the first meeting of their Apocalypse Conference. This will decide whether the gang stay raiders or go legit, and whether they team up with the Maulers or the Executive. It's been a long couple of days of suspense and intrigue for the Maulers, and it all pays off pretty much this morning. So good luck from Radio Crackle, guys. If this turns out like anything else you do, it's gonna be explosive. As for you listeners, I'll keep you informed as reports come in. Here's the rest of your morning tunes for now. So as the broadcast mentioned, in the early morning it actually started to snow over the Maw, especially over Apocalypse. There's a little bit of snow on the ground and on top of everybody's tents. Firelight.
Yeah.
In the morning, as the sun's just beginning to rise, you've been through a heck of an experience in with the pestilence doctors and, the so-called drunk take, just recovering from, well, basically what was a relapse of your past alcoholism after your binge with Zenkarn and Powder Keg earlier.
Yeah,
the doctors have been using a number of really kind of uncomfortable procedures, medically induced purges and comas and various operations, as well as some psychological treatments to kind of power you through the recovery process and try their best to get you back to get you back on the wagon, as it were.
Right.
And it's only, as of this morning, really in retrospect, only about 16 hours since, approximately since, the incident, that, they give you a clean-ish bill of health and allow you to return to your tent.
Okay.
You've had a full rest, your abilities are all ready to go, just as everybody else, but, you've just been out of commission for the past most of a day.
Okay. Then, in that case, I'll probably head back to our tent and try to find somebody.
Now, regardless of when you guys actually get up, it's about at 8:30, and this may be the future right now, but, a bunch of the raiders will start going around saying, Apocalypse starts in 30 minutes. Basically these town's criers going around to all the tents saying, Apocalypse begins in 30 minutes. Start taking your seats. All of that.
Okay.
But, that's regardless of, when you wake up and what happens when you wake up.
Alright.
Should I have Javon make breakfast for everyone?
You can do that.
Alright, Javon goes out to make breakfast for everyone.
In that case,
is just kind of
morning like usual
preparing.
then?
It's kind of another morning like usual, except Zenkarn, when you get up, you notice that Chica's not in the tent anywhere.
Huh. That's weird. Hey, any of you guys seen Chica?
Nope.
Probably a stupid question, but I don't suppose there's anyone there that we've never seen before.
In the tent right now?
Yes, in the tent.
Why would there be? Also, no.
Okay, no,
I guess if Chica was...
Oh, I see. Yeah, why you're going that.
Oh, I see, yeah. No, Chica nor any mysteriously disguised stranger is in the tent. I would have mentioned that if that were the case. That would have been interesting. Chica's gone, but, there's no one else other than the mysterious stranger in your tent.
We punched the mysterious stranger. God damn it!
Well, there goes any bonus shots and VATs. And that was a Fallout joke. Okay.
We're rounding the circle, guys. In that case.
When do I make it back to the tent?
It's still early in the morning. I'd say relatively about 7:30.
Okay.
When you make your way back to the tent, maybe a little kind of dizzy and sore from your treatment, but otherwise functional.
All right, every pony, I have brought breakfast.
What?
I'm okay with this. I'll take some.
All right, here you go. Oh,
Thank
yes,
you.
I meant every one, not every pony. I'm sorry. That was...
Tempered Steel's still in bed, but he's kind of trying to stretch, see if he can't grab, if it isn't close enough, he can grab it from where he is.
Tempered, do I have to yell in your ear again?
I'm not sure what you're doing, Javot, but, thanks.
Or what? Exactly.
Breakfast?
Oh,
What'd you make,
okay,
anyway?
sure. You're welcome. By the way, where is Chica?
I don't
Hell if I
know.
know.
I'm feeling slightly... No, put out. It's weird. I don't know. I'll
You could-
finish this, then go wandering.
Who saw her last?
Last time I saw her was at the party. She was described as she was disguised... Oh god, it's way too early. As a death raider.
She came back, right?
She did come back to the tent last night.
Yes.
That wasn't explicitly said, but for this session's sake, yes.
Thank God you have a spell you can find her.
Yeah, give me a sec. I wolf down breakfast, and then I use that away. I'm pretty sure it's called. Give me a sec. I haven't actually got my character sheet open. Yeah, that away.
You spin around and find yourself pointed in the direction of the death command tents.
Joy. Alright, I'll go see if I can find her. You lot enjoy breakfast.
Tempered Steel will
Thank her.
crawl out of bed.
What's up, Flotsam?
Are you going to see Death?
If he's around, I'm mostly just gonna go see if Cheek is okay.
Can I come too if you're going near Death? I want to speak to him.
Yeah, sure.
Actually, if you're going to see him, have him prepare some zombies to go around and take votes from the recently dehypnotized people when it happens, so that they can take votes on what to do with famine.
Aurelia rubs her eyes
Sure.
and says, "Votes?
Well,
This doesn't
we're
need to
not-
be a democracy. We're going to kill him."
guys.
Talk to him about it anyway. Anyone else want to come, or is it just me and Flot?
Yeah, I'm coming. Tempered Steel.
I'm not really feeling like breakfast. I'll help you look for Chica.
Sweet.
Frankly, I think we're all gonna be in favor of killing famine unless there's some magical, crazy twist where the executives manage to turn his own mind control power on him.
I still hope we kill him. But anyway, let's just go before this turns into one of another of our legendary
I'll just
debates.
stay here and make sure all our vests are in order, that we all look good, basically.
Thanks,
so,
Javot.
can Firelight pop in at any time? Or
Yeah, right about now.
Okay. Firelight will walk into the tent.
Firelight!
What the? Not so loud.
Hey, Firelight.
Good to see you.
How you
Okay,
doing?
it's not just me who sees white stuff all over everywhere, right?
It is you.
Poke his head out.
What?
What do you know? I think that's snow, right?
I don't know.
I thought it was
Hell if
up,
I know.
honestly.
All I know is it's cold.
Snow?
He's gonna stick his tongue out and catch one.
It's snow.
Does it?
Why is this so cold?
It tastes. It doesn't taste pleasant, but it is snow.
Snow? I've never seen snow
Definitely
before.
not ash.
Why is it cold? Why does it have to be cold?
Because that is how snow works, I think.
Snow
I
is a crystallization of water molecules in the upper atmosphere.
Tempered Steel is going to grab a bite of that food that
Javot.
Javot prepared. You're gonna be good, Firelight.
Firelight is going to grab some of the food and burn it to a crisp and then start eating it.
Okay then. Then Tempered Steel is gonna walk out of the tent and start heading in the direction that he thought they were going to check on Chica.
As you're
So I'm going to walk out of the tent, go in the correct direction.
as you're leaving, Aurelia just kind of steps outside and is like, I don't get what the problem is. It's not that cold. And that's what you hear as you leave her behind.
It's not that it's that cold, it's that it's more cold. Cold is not good.
No, it's fine. Lots of good things are cold, like corpses.
Aurelia just shrugs and says, perks of being a dragon, I guess.
Don't Pegasi control the weather?
I'm not actually sure they do anymore.
They
Maybe?
did. They definitely did. It's talked about in the Rainbow Dash ministry book I've got, but I don't think they do it anymore.
Well, I can control the weather, but I can't. But you don't think I'm responsible for this?
Anyway,
I'd like Pepperfield says as he holds up his hammer momentarily.
As he says this, I glare at him.
Can we just get on with this day? It's a big day.
All right, yes. You know, it doesn't take too long for you to make your way to Death's command tent.
Who all went? I think it was Zenkarn and Flotsam and,
Tempered Steel?
And Tibbs.
Yeah. And Tibbs.
Okay. So the rest of us are prettying ourselves up.
Sure.
Well, like, Powder Keg is preparing all of his explosives.
And Firelight's just eating and recovering.
And this one's for Famine, and this one's for Famine, and this one's for Famine's henchmen, and this one's for Famine.
Flotsam nudges Tibbs. Hey Tibbs, did you tell Pestilence about what we found out last night?
Yes, I did.
You think he told Death?
I would assume he did sometime this morning, but it's no way to tell for sure.
Okay.
Alright, so you arrive at Death's tent, and there's a couple of the Death Raiders standing outside the door.
I'll wave. And I'll be like, so, you guys wouldn't have seen a changeling wandering around, would you?
The two look at each other and shake their heads, but the one on the left just kind of makes a slicing motion across his neck. And then a cross motion across his mouth.
Ah.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means I didn't see a changeling. That's what it... I'm sorry, but you can't speak to... The Four Horses aren't taking any visitors before the conference. If you wish to speak to them, you have to wait until their individual meetings after the rounds of debates.
Flotsam looks vaguely worried and mutters to Tibbs, "Oh, I really hope Pestilence did tell him."
Well, I hope he did too. I know he didn't last night, but there's a chance he did this morning, so we'll just have to hope.
Flotsam nods.
Hate leaving shit up to hope.
Yeah, you and me both, mate.
This is actually pertinent. Would Tibbs and I... Are we retconning it so that Tibbs and Flotsam, told the rest of the Maulers what they found out from Locust, or...
Is there any reason why you wouldn't?
I don't think so.
Okay, so you definitely would have told everyone that you suspect that Famine's plan was to weaken the wills of Death and Pestilence so that Famine could control their minds.
That actually makes a lot of sense considering... Cool.
So we just would have said that last night when we got back.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you. I just didn't want to assume.
Now, as for whether all the players knew that going into this, I don't know.
I didn't. I've been busy the last couple of days, so I haven't had a chance to watch it, sorry.
Knew what?
The 32.5 session that I put up alongside 32 on Thursday.
Did they talk to Pestilence in that or something?
They talked to Locust in that, and Pestilence.
Though Pestilence is the less important of the two.
Yes, of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear, this is going to be an interesting session.
No, it's fine. We'll just all muddle along, somehow.
Alright.
Is a Zen card. This is where your thing pointed, right?
Oh yeah.
What do we need to know from that?
I look at the...
have all the information.
You need to know that,
Simply put, everything was a bluff in order to weaken the minds of the Four Horses, so that they could be manipulated by Famine's mind control.
Basically, Famine wanted them distracted enough, worrying about whether they were going to get offed, so that he could take over their minds during Apocalypse and then basically control the entirety of the Four Horses gang remotely.
Wow, I did not catch on to that part.
Oh,
That's
boy.
That's because it was in the mid.
That was because it was in the 0.5 session.
No, I listened to the 0.5 session, but I got the impression it was a matter of blackmail, not outright mind control. Though it's possible I wasn't listening closely enough.
The possibility of blackmail did come up, but that was not the final conclusion.
We did talk about mind control. We did.
Well,
I give a look at the guard who was using gestures, and I'm like, so definitely no changelings here. Huh? Must have been wrong. Oh well, carry on, you two. And I'll turn around and walk.
Right now,
What was that, Jawa?
is Death in the tent right now?
Yes.
He's out in regards to that.
Yes.
Okay.
He's getting ready for the conference.
You don't know if Famine's been here lately, do you?
Not since I took my shift this morning, no.
Been by at all?
Had Famine been by at all?
Had Pestilence been by at all?
Sorry, I didn't catch the first part.
Sorry.
Yes, once.
Alright.
Very
Thank
briefly.
you.
Okay, Tempered Steel is going to walk around the tent to the opposite side versus where
There's another couple guards on the other side as well.
No, well, he's not looking at the tent to see if there's a remote possibility that there's anything on the other side that could have theoretically been pointed towards.
With Zenkarn's that away, you mean?
Yeah. Because it was in the direction of...
Yes, it was in the direction of the tent. Yes. But no, it was in this general direction.
Yeah. Because it really doesn't give specifics, it just gives a...
It's not like he got a number of degrees or anything.
Well, but is there anything that looks like, on the other side, that looks like it could have been where...
Doesn't look like it. Probably, maybe that one guard at the front who was making gestures was what it was pointing at.
No. Really? I hadn't guessed.
Temperate Steel's going to go back around at the front.
Flotsam tugs on Zenkarn's cloak and says, "Do you suppose Chica's gone into hiding on purpose? Just to kind of offer some surprise backup?"
Oh, I'm sure she's around. Anyway, we should really let these two, get on with it. Go back, make sure powder hasn't blown up our tent or something.
What? That's my job.
I know. That's why I'm making sure he hasn't done it.
Flotsam nods.
Wouldn't an explosion that size be something we'd hear from here?
It was... come on, let's go.
Yeah, you need to work on your sense of humor. Flotsam follows Zenkarn back.
Alright.
Tibbs, coming?
And follows.
Alright. As you're leaving, one of the guards says to the other, gonna go on a quick break. Hold the fort until I get back.
Oh, there she is.
The guard steps away behind one of the other tents that you're passing by, and then to your side steps into view Chica the Changeling walking alongside you.
I give her a look, and I'm like, where'd you run off to? I was a little bit worried.
We've got a very big problem.
How big is big?
What?
About 3/4 big.
Yay. Alright. So, you've been posing as a member of Death's Guard. What'd you find out?
I've actually been rotating amongst all of them.
That is
clever.
impressive.
Oh, wouldn't be the first time I've taken multiple roles, and with the uniforms make it extremely easy to do so.
That's great, but what'd you find out? What's happening?
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sensing a lot of very unusual magic around Death and Pestilence.
Mental magic?
Yeah, feels similar to what I felt from some of Famine's gang members, but much stronger.
So that sounds like Famine trying to take over their minds, but we warned them that that's what was going to happen.
That's true. I don't know if Famine succeeded or not. I just know that there's a lot of magic being used on them remotely.
Is
Are you sure it's on them and not just guards who are close to them?
Absolutely, it's absolutely on them.
Great.
And it would be. That was his plan.
Is this likely to be in the same thing that the doc did stuff with, messed with?
That's a good point. If you know what is happening about 10 minutes in, is that going to affect Pony's hoof?
Let me think. You're talking about the blanket spell that's affecting Famine's gang, right?
Right.
The network, yeah.
The network, yes.
The question is whether
She kind of rubs her temple. I'm afraid those are two different spells.
No.
Didn't think it'd be that stupid. There's no way you'd put the big bosses on the same network as the minions.
I don't know. It's not impossible given his cockiness.
Sure,
No,
but
he's
not
cocky,
happening.
but he's damn careful. I mean, everything he does, all this, that wasn't planned by an idiot. He knew.
And it's much stronger than the blanket spell. The blanket spell was cast, I'd have to say, in pieces over a very long period of time. This has been much more powerful, more direct, and much faster. I think
It's been getting more power.
Famine's gotten stronger since he cast or even finished the blanket mind wipe.
Come on, we need to go and tell the others.
Yeah. Then we're gonna have to,
God, I really...
get him sooner rather than later by the looks of it.
I hope they're strong enough to resist, but if they aren't...
It all depends on them.
Death, I reckon, will be able to do it pretty easily, but with the amount of crap Pestilence has in his system, what do you think, Tibbs?
I think it might be a multi-pony job. It'll be something we have to work towards very carefully, but I think it's possible.
Alright.
You're not talking about trying to free them before the meeting, correct?
I don't think that's possible. Not with the time we've got, not with the resources.
And not with the guards outside. They're very serious. This is a very key time for any sort of shenanigans or assassinations, and security is up.
I might be able to sneak in, but I don't think I've got the power.
We'll just have to take care of this at the meeting, like we planned to.
And if Death is under control, that could be very dangerous for you, Zenkarn.
Oh, if Death is under control, we're all dead. Let's all be honest here. We've seen him decide he wants to destroy stuff. We wouldn't stand a chance.
Maybe we could snap him out of it.
Maybe. I've still got his totem, so I can at least attempt to do some cell messing, but...
There's going to be a lot of confusion once Famine's spell runs out. Maybe that would be a good time to make any sort of last-ditch effort to free them.
Should we try setting up our own backup plan, call in the Rangers and let them know what's up, and...
They'll never get here in time, Steel.
Well, no, not right away, but at least give them a warning.
It's a pity we can't call in someone like Swift. Just get him to snipe them from above.
How effective do you think that would be with these guys?
Be an additional distraction, I guess.
I think we're probably going to be on our own.
Well, we've faced stupider odds. Belly, we should manage.
Chica, do you think you'll go into disguise again during the meeting?
Honestly, once this starts going down, I'm not sure if I want to be... No offense to you guys, but I don't know if I want to be anywhere near this.
Flotsam.
I agree with that one.
Yeah, Flotsam looks understanding. No, of course, I forgot you weren't as up to combat as the rest of us. Maybe you should find somewhere safe.
I think I will, if that's... I'll see what I can do, see if I can convince maybe some of the other raiders to help if things start going down, but I can't get right in the middle of that. I'm sorry.
Made any friends in the death group?
Well, there's Bones. I've gotten along pretty well with him.
Oh, he seemed important. But yeah, keep a low profile, okay? I'd hate for anything to happen to you.
She kind of opens her mouth to say something, then just closes it and nods and starts making her way past another group of tents. And
Flotsam's shipper comes out and she looks vaguely frustrated.
And when you pass by, Chica's gone and there's a Pestilence Raider instead. And she goes her own way.
Now, she didn't say that there was one on Conquest, did she?
Oh, part of what Tibbs and Flotsam would have informed you was that Famine was just looking to take over the minds of Death and Pestilence, and once he'd done that, he was pretty sure he'd be able to sway Conquest using the influence of the other two under mind control. Basically, he doesn't see Conquest as a threat. So yeah, Conquest should not be under mind control, which could work in our favor.
Will definitely work in our favor.
Well,
so do you guys come back and relay all this information to Powderkeg?
Yes. And
and
the rest of the group.
everyone in the tent.
no,
Well,
we come
alright,
back and we
then.
lie to you all about it, and then we leave again.
Well, there's only one way I see it. If he's doing that, then when he's distracted will be the perfect time. I'll start up some kind of speech, some kind of distraction, get him focused on me with all his hatred, make it look like I'm the one who did this. While I'm doing that, and he's distracted, you two, Zancon, Javon, you two are good at messing with that magical shit. You do your best to break that damn spell, and then we let all hell loose on his sorry ass.
Actually,
Who do we
I
go
would just
for
break off
first?
its horn.
Well, actually, yeah, just technically it would be an easy solution.
Wouldn't it be easier if we had, not having to contend with the most powerful necromancer
Good
in the
point,
Maw,
but,
and,
I'm the one with the metal claw.
If we can kill him, that should break the spell.
yeah, but how are we gonna kill him with the most powerful necromancer in the Maw, raising a zombie army to stop us? No,
Actually,
we need to make sure he's not under his control.
Powder keg.
I can do my best, but no promises.
We could also...
break free of Famine's mind thing once.
I did.
Can you use that ability on to help Death or Pestilence or something?
Jovolt, you're a genius.
And Flotsam's got something similar, right? Says Aurelia.
Flotsam smiles. I can be kind of good at it. My dad taught me a few tricks.
We can also...
So, which one of you gets Pestilence? Which one of you gets Death? And how hard is it to break off a unicorn's horn?
Don't break off someone's horn.
Am I allowed to roll to see if I can figure out that piece of information?
Don't break off some pony's
Yes,
horn.
you may roll
Yes.
history or heal, whichever's.
Okay.
Don't break his horn.
Hey, I'm just curious.
Tibbs,
I'm not
Breaking
Tibbs would
Famine's
probably
horn is
know.
something he more than deserves.
I'm actually rolling the same thing.
Fuck. Breaking
damn it,
Famine's
I
horn is
rolled a
only the
24.
least we can do.
He did better than I did.
Tibbs, since it's connected to the skull and is, being an outward bone, it's actually much harder to outright fracture than just about anything else in the unicorn body, but it's possible it just takes an even more extreme amount of force than usual. You can kind of cut into it easily, and
Takes about 20 minutes to saw through with a really nice bone saw.
yeah. Well, more like, 10 to 15 with a really nice hacksaw, but
How
You
hard?
don't saw the
Right.
horn off. You just break the skull that the horn is sitting on.
Yeah, I mean, if we
And-
take... let's be honest, if we take the head and carry it around, I can just revive it and ask it questions.
I was actually thinking of using my metal claw here to tear the horn off.
it's not going to apply that much more force than, say,
Or maybe just crush it. Would a crush work?
Okay, but I think the problem is, imagine trying to crush a bone in your hand.
Yeah.
Look,
Cool.
I
don't
regularly
Depends on the
crush the
bone,
bone.
and this bone is
So-
really strong. End of
Yeah,
story.
this
fair
is a
enough.
pointless line of inquiry.
Yes.
We're
End
gonna
of-
blow Famine the fuck up. Besides, Flotsam, I believe, already called dibs on blowing him up. So,
Fuck you, I want his head.
You're going to
Also,
have to figure
anyway-
it out once you solve the main problem at hand, which is subduing him.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're gonna free Death and Pestilence. I'll handle freeing Death. Flotsam, you free Pestilence.
Okay, but
It'll be very
look at it.
clear. The sign is when I start speaking into a megaphone.
Okay, but
God.
just
Aurelia,
this
how
might not-
good a range can you reliably get with your weapon?
Sorry, what?
How far away can
Who are
you
you
reliably...
saying to that? Who are you talking
Aurelia.
to? Okay.
Saying it to Aurelia.
You
You're
tend
not
you
going
tend
to allow
speak
her to carry
while
the
other
weapon
people are
in.
speaking.
Yes.
Okay, Aurelia says...
Sally was trying to say something.
What, with this thing? She kind of gestures at the plasma caster currently stowed away in her pack.
Yeah.
I'm I mean, I've gotten some pretty lucky shots with it, but I'm no sniper.
Hmm.
I mean, hopefully we're seated pretty close, but I don't think they're going to let us that close.
I have a question. How would the mind control and stuff be considered a curse for the, ideas of healing?
No, it wouldn't be considered a curse.
Okay.
It is a magical mind control effect.
Okay.
Is it possible to neutralize a unicorn's horn without breaking it?
You're wanting an
but
arcane. You're wanting an
That's-
arcane nullifier, which is a particular piece of arcane technology that we don't have. We don't have.
Firelight has countered unicorn magic with his own magic before, but that was telekinesis on a grand scale and not so much sort of powerful mind control.
Anyway, Flotsam, you wanted to say something like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to break the spell, but she glances to Powder and then to the others. This is stronger than anything we've come up against. We can try, but we need to be prepared for the possibility that we might not be able to.
Oh no. See, Flotsam, there's a thing. The spell I know, let me teach you. I'll talk to you about how you do it, but what I know, this one doesn't so much as actually attack the effect directly. What it does is it just kind of makes the opponent's mind unable to see it. Like, it's imperceptible to the mind for this brief period of time, and in that period of time, no effect can affect it. It's as if the mind doesn't exist to magical effects. It's not some kind of counter. We're not countering how strong famine
so
is.
basically,
That'd be
you
pointless.
bring immunity into the mindscape.
But even so, it'd only last for 5 minutes? And then he'd try to get them back again. So
Yeah,
we need
but
to
he's not
really-
exactly going. He's not exactly going to be able to focus on the spell when all hell is killing him.
Yeah,
We're
let's
just
be
gonna have
honest.
to-
Once Death and Pestilence know full on what's going on and they're prepared for it, they're gonna wreck him.
Okay. I'm just saying, we're going to need to work fast. And be prepared
yeah.
for lots of things to go wrong.
Which is why I'm thinking we should also pass word along to the Steel Rangers so that worst case
The Steel
scenario-
Rangers that are situated almost at the opposite
I
end
see,
of the mall.
I see what you want. In case
It's
we
kind of
fail
pointless,
and they...
so-
No, maybe they won't be able to get here right away, but at least they won't be caught unaware, and they'll be able to mobilize
But
ASAP.
Steele's right. Steele Flotsam passes him the radio. You shall let them know, just in case we can't handle this, in case we fail. Yes, they should know, so that they can be prepared.
Right.
You can get on the radio to Radio Crackle, or you can use the Steel Ranger radio.
Right. He wants to pass this along directly to the Steel Rangers. So, yes, he will he will try to contact them.
All right. All right. You kind of wait on the frequency for a while after calling out, and then you hear, "Yes, this is Torque. Who's calling?"
This is Tempered Steel with the Dragon Mawlers.
Okay, can't really talk right now.
Is there
Kinda-
someone you can pass me along to who can talk?
Yeah. Okay, sure. Yeah, just pass
If
you
you-
along to the base.
Yes, if you could pass me along to someone else, that would be awesome.
Okay. I'll get right on that. Gotta go.
Hope you're doing all right.
And
You don't sound so good.
that's the last you hear from that for a little while.
Does anyone else want to know what the hell Torque was doing?
Yeah.
Probably
same
wrestling a
here.
bell.
There are bears in the wasteland?
Well, they're Yao Gai, which are like mutated bears.
Headcanon is the monitor did something and now the whole computer system is somehow attacking the base.
What?
Eventually,
No, Monitor will not do
I
that.
know, I'm kidding.
She might do it on accident, but she would definitely not do it on
Oh,
purpose.
no, of course not on purpose. Anyway, you were saying, Spud.
Hello, this is Sparkler. Hello, Maulers.
Yes, this is the Maulers. This is Tempered Steel speaking.
Okay, we hear you, Maulers. What's going on? Are you still at Apocalypse?
Yes, we are at Apocalypse. The meeting is happening soon, but we've encountered a very bad situation that could lead to a worst-case scenario.
Well, that's kind of what we were fearing. But yes, what's the specifics?
Famine is is almost certainly working with the executive. Worse is the case that he seems to have gained control of both death and pestilence, where they are under a mind control effect.
Mind control? Are you serious?
Yes.
Ponies can do that?
Yes, he can. Yes, he can do that. He already has his own gang under a very solid mind control effect. There's something going to kick in that may negate part of that, but
all right. So what you're saying is, if I'm understanding this right, is that the situation apocalypse could turn out for the worst, and we should be prepared.
Yes, you should be ready. You should be ready to move as soon as possible. And if we are not able to contact you after this thing is over, or very soon, I don't know if these things take breaks by the end of the day, but if we don't contact you and get back in touch with you soon to tell you that things are good, you should probably assume the worst is happening and be ready to respond to anything that might happen here, both from the Four Horses and the executive and anybody who's allied with them.
Okay. We were already on edge, but we might just have to go to high alert until we hear otherwise.
On a lighter note, how is Monitor doing?
And then the radio transmission cuts off.
Nope.
Not in a talking mood,
All
I
right,
suppose.
then. Y'all ready to go? It's about
I
time
actually
to
wanted
stop.
to know how Monitor was doing.
Well, that's kind of not important right now.
Hello, everybody. Meeting's about to start. We don't want to be late.
Well,
What are they going to do? Start without us?
On, right?
Yeah.
All right, then. Givault is suddenly in his best. Let's go!
All right. Okay. So
Time for Operation Shit Goes to Fuck.
Time for Operation Hit the Fan. Okay, so by this point the criers have gone by saying apocalypse starts in 30 minutes, and eventually you start making your way over to the very center of the camp, which is locally known as the Gates of Hell. It is this sort of round-robin stone staging area with steps, radial steps all around, leading down to this central platform with that, where with these four very ancient-looking podium-like rocks are set up, presumably so the Four Horses can speak there and be heard by just about everyone being seated there. And pretty much the entire camp is starting to file into the stone steps to listen in, each kind of filling out their quadrant behind, in front of the tent where their leaders are, and presumably behind where they'll stand on the center platform. As you approach, kind of standing along each of the major staircases is a series of armed raider guards. One tribe for each of the major staircases, kind of working as guards and ushers. And as you approach, one of the war guards kind of waves you down. They've kind of set up a place for you, but sort of way at the back.
Oh.
The war guard explains, we're all right with you having your weapons here, but everyone else is nervous about you trying something funny. So, the compromise was that you can be seated among us, but you'll have to stay near the back.
All right.
Not entirely sure I agree with that. If we
Man, out in the
promise not to
nosebleeds.
hold any weapons, can we send one member of our group to each of the podiums?
Not that close, no, I'm afraid not.
Can I take the filly down to the front? She's not going to be able to see from the back.
I'm sorry.
Oh, come on.
This was an agreement between all four gangs. I'm sorry.
Look, you're gonna have to abide by it.
That's fine.
Trust me, I personally,
thought so,
the
no,
guard
I
looks around,
tried.
says personally, I'm fine with you guys. I'm kind of high up on the chain, and if what I've heard is true, then I'd want you guys to be as upfront as possible, but that would make everyone else nervous and possibly set things off at the wrong time, so.
All right, then.
Of course.
Appreciate your concern.
All right. He, shows you the way to get to your seats.
I just say I love the excuse that I don't know, Flotsam won't be able to see from the back because she's really small, ignoring the fact that she's a Pegasus and can fly.
Shut up.
Ignoring the fact that one, she's a Pegasus and can fly, and two, is still pretty darn dangerous package.
Who, me?
Exactly how far up are we from the podiums?
Wow, you want me to tell you an exact distance?
No, I just want to know if the
You're at
still work from that
millimeters.
distance.
Down to the millimeter. It's like good, 30 or 40, stone steps, down to the very bottom.
So it's like sitting at the top of the bleachers at a high school basketball game.
If they're really big bleachers, yeah.
Well, I mean, like a really
Maybe
big high school.
more like a professional sports stadium.
Not quite that much. I mean, yeah, a really, really big.
A small sports stadium.
A really shitty coliseum.
Yeah, basically.
That is what this is.
The area is just hewn from this really old-looking stone, and it just looks like it might have been a meeting place for some other creatures entirely, but, any evidence of that has been lost to erosion and, the ravages of time.
How much graffiti is on the seats, out of curiosity?
A fair bit. Mostly towards the back.
Of course.
His Incarn's actually sitting on a bit of profanity right now.
Woo!
Before that guy who leads him to the seat goes up, Tempered Steel's gonna try and offer him a nonchalant hoof to fist bump, kind of as a sign of solidarity or something over what may likely happen.
The guard kind of looks, his head darts left and right to make sure no one's watching, and then very quickly does the hoof bump, and then, quickly gets back to his post. All right. Very shortly, the Flotsam on your pit buck, and also probably on Igor somewhere, the time shows 8:59, and the four horses each almost simultaneously come out of their tents and start coming down the stairs towards the central podiums. And right at 9
Devolt
o'clock...
tries to start a wave.
Devolt, you are...
Persuasion?
Roll No, don't roll persuasion. You stand up and trying to start a wave, and pretty much everyone else stays seated and looks at you very awkwardly.
You're embarrassing.
Where's everyone sitting, out of curiosity, order-wise?
Well, Tempered Steel...
Just for my headcanon.
We're talking about, 8 people. I don't...
No, it wasn't me.
You sit next to whoever you feel comfortable sitting next to.
Tempered Steel's actually...
On my arm?
Zenkarn's off, a little bit off to the side on his own. I can see that.
Powder Cake's next to Flotsam.
Tempered Steel is standing and leaning on the nearest wall.
You're kind of leaning up against the back, really. That's all the wall you get.
Well, that's where he's going to stand.
There's again, it's a kind of radial pit. There's not a whole lot of walls.
Oh, okay. Well, he's going to sit, on the very edge of the pit, kind of behind him.
All right.
Or is that where... Yeah.
That works.
Flotsam, do me a favor. Set an alarm.
Can I set an alarm?
You can... There is a... Well, not in the games you couldn't set an alarm, but... Well, I guess if you were taking rest and had to set it to a time, I guess you would have to.
I love being useful.
So yes, on the pit buck you can set an alarm.
I will set an alarm for 10 minutes past 9.
And then Powder Keg is going to say, and give me a little bump on the shoulder when it's 1 minute before.
Flotsam nods, but she's looking a bit distracted because she's looking down into the pulpit to try and see what the expressions are on Death and Pestilence's faces.
All 4 raider leaders are completely fully decked out in their best gear, it looks like. Death in his most ceremonial-looking robes, with his scythe kind of folded up at his side. Pestilence in kind of more the leather barding setup, but with his saddlebags kind of packed up, looking stocked to the brim with who knows what. Famine, he's kind of this mix of this sort of battle mage-like armor, a bit of barding, a bit of more wizardry robes, kind of a mix between the two, kind of mishmash. And Conquest, fitted with very similar to the gear of that War was wearing, this dragon skull helmet and this heavy metal armor, or rather metal heavy armor. Those are two different things. They each climb up to the platform and take their stand. And then Death says, "Apocalypse begins now." We begin with our opening statements. And to answer your original question, Dally, Death's expression is rather neutral. Pestilence's expression looks kind of little nervous or maybe pained, you're not sure. Famine just has what can only be described as a shit-eating grin. And Conquest is doing his best to look stoic as well. Although it's definitely harder to tell under the dragon bone helmet he's wearing.
Okay, just for reference, unless I say otherwise, Flotsam is going to spend the entirety of the next 10 minutes staring very intently at Famine.
Powderkeg, noticing this, is going to just whisper, Igor, you'll need to alert me when it's 9 minutes before, because I don't think Flotsam's paying attention.
Oh, very well.
Well, 1 minute before. Powderkeg pulls out some components.
Oh, gosh.
The ponies sitting in the row in front of you start kind of slowly scooching off to the side. Death.
Watching Pestilence, as I'm sure was probably obvious.
Alright.
I'll flip between watching Flotsam and watching Death.
Javolt turns to the pony next to him, who's probably some gang member, and says, "So, which one are you rooting for?"
He just raises his hoof at you and says, "Shh, it's about to start. Shut up."
This is not a game of baseball.
Can Firelight try to detect magic and stuff to see?
You can roll the basic arcana check, though you are pretty far from the action.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm gonna get started now. Death kind of puts a hoof on the top of his little podium rock and says, "My fellow ponies, we are at a crossroads. Our very way of life hangs in the balance. With us as your guides, we have cultivated a very specialized way of life for ourselves, but we have also made many enemies. The four horses have survived this long through sheer power and control, but that may no longer be an option. We've lost many. A great conflict is on the horizon. And that is why it is my firm opinion that we take the executive's deal and become great again."
Flotsam winces.
There are gasps and murmurs throughout the crowd.
Still staring at Famine.
Pestilence kind of puts himself up on his podium and says, I agree with Death. There are risks involved, but none greater than the possibility that our way of life may die out in a generation without enough power to protect ourselves. Besides, the alternative is becoming allies with the Dragon Mawlers, a group that has murdered and destroyed many of our people and outposts, and scared away many more. It is their fault we are faced with this impossible decision. The murmurs and become even louder amongst the crowd, and there are even some shouts of agreement.
And whispers, "This is getting rather interesting."
Still staring at Famine.
Isn't this a very good time that we, do something?
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's only been like a minute. It's like 9:01.
Staring at Famine with the unmistakable expression of loathing on her face.
I'll give it another minute and we're gonna have a fucking riot.
9 minutes to go, guys. Conquest is just silent as the turn seems to go to him. Famine, just still with the widest grin on his face, says, Conquest, your turn. Conquest just glares at him and says, You did this. Famine just giggles. I'm afraid I can't comment until you finish with your opening statement, brother. Conquest actually turns away from the podium facing inward and looks out. 4 horses! I beseech you to listen. Famine is controlling his gang and my brothers through the power of magic. He's already allied himself with the executive and is working to deliver us right into our enemy's hooves. Famine just, as the crowd just kind of, just more surprise and more chattering, Famine says, I'm sorry, what? You can't just throw around accusations like that without proof, Conquest. That's against the rules. And besides, it's absolutely ridiculous notion you're proposing. Death shakes his head and says, Do you really think anyone could control me, the greatest necromancer in the Wasteland? And Pestilence says, And could anyone challenge me when all the poisons of this world, both natural and magical, could not topple me? Conquest just... He lifts up his hooves and takes off his dragonbone helmet. You have weaknesses. You are not gods. Very powerful, yes, but not gods. And those could be exploited, make you change your mind like this. Famine just... Oh, really? If some pony could really control brothers Death and Pestilence, do you really think that all they do with their immense power is just change their minds on one little issue? It seems to me, rather, that this stupid tribe's idea wasn't as solid as you thought. Death and Pestilence have lost confidence already. What are you going to do now, brother? Stand by it? And stand by your treacherous accusations? Conquest looks just nervously at Famine, then Death and Pestilence.
Javolt stands up and shouts, I vote we order pizza!
Before you do that, Javolt.
Oh, God.
Before you can shout, you hear someone else shout out, Conquest! And this echoes throughout the pit. And coming from the east side of the pit, just outside it, you see this really bulked up steel ranger.
Oh my god.
Shit.
It's not.
It is.
Are you gonna let that emaciated panty waist forget your convictions? If so, that is beeping unacceptable.
Yes! Fucking hell, yes!
I can't. I have lost
I
all
can't
ability
even.
to can.
I
guess
Firelight's gonna stand.
because that's the only
Firelight's
thing that
gonna-
makes sense in my head.
Famine shouts out, someone get that raged up tubbelard out of here.
wait, who is...
Firelight's gonna stand up real quick. You taught how it is, man.
Is that Torque who just...
Oh,
It is
yeah.
absolutely Torque.
How long have we stalled out yet?
It's like 9:05 right now.
He was out of breath because he was running
we
all
got
the way to
5 more minutes before it goes.
That's wonderful.
Bravo.
Actually
Bravo.
stopped staring at Famine
You know what?
and is turned to look at Torque and is like completely lit up.
Okay,
That's all I
Javolt
can
takes
do,
in
clap.
this new thing and sits back down. He decides not to order pizza just yet.
So in response to Famine saying to get him out of here, Torque says, Not yet! Last night I was visited by the spirit of some awesomely ripped pony with a dragon skull for a helmet. At least I think so, because I had some kind of canned fish eggs for dinner last night, so it could have been just a wicked hallucination. Anyway, I got up early, made myself a healthy breakfast, and then sprinted all the way down here from Radio Crackle in 3 hours to deliver 2 messages. Famine! I have a message from that kid whose tongue you cut out. I'm going to punch your face so hard it explodes! By proxy! This message has been seconded by that kid's mother. And Conquest! This spirit of war told me in a dream to tell you to remember that you're now the finest warrior in the war tribe. And you're the boss. Don't wait for someone to give you permission to fight anymore. If a true enemy stands in your way, cut them the beep down.
This is the best.
Okay,
And
how long has it been now?
I can't even.
at about 9:07, as the
Watson looks back at Famine.
the pit is just commanded by Torque's overwhelming presence. At 9:07, suddenly Famine just starts to get this pained look on his face, and his horn starts to spark and glow, just like.
All right, at this point,
Ugh.
Javolt is going to look like he's been swept up in whatever, and he goes, yeah, and he sort of accidentally knocks Flotsam out into the pit.
No.
Wait, what?
No.
If he pushes
Not yet.
Flotsam, I grab her and pull her back in.
So it
And I
looks like
pushed
the spell's
Javal.
starting to break.
Famine just lets out this cry like, oh, what in the world? What?
And then Powder puts out his megaphone, puts it together,
You use crazy contraption to assemble some kind of
megaphone,
megaphone.
and then I say, "Hey,
3 minutes,
Famine!"
chaps. 3 minutes.
It's 9:07, but it's still happening right now somehow.
Famine, time's up. He bumps Flotsam, and then he lets loose his magic to free Death from Famine's control, and he yells, "Now, what Conquest
Right in the middle of
said
your
was
sentence.
right."
Right in the middle of your sentence, as you're using loyalty to free Death, was it?
Yes.
You find that your attempt at using the loyalty spell kind of bounces off Death.
Oh, what did I say?
No, it's not.
What did I say?
No.
You don't end up spending the magic point. You still have it, but Death does not seem to consider you an ally.
Oh.
That's not how it works.
Yeah,
I
no, it
consider
is.
them an ally.
Yeah, it is. It totally is.
No,
Watson-
actually, that's actually very specific from Dan.
Very well then.
Dan, the guy himself.
Very
Yeah.
very
As
well
long as
then.
you consider them an ally, it works.
No,
Very
but
well
Spud,
then.
Spud is the DM here, and he's,
In
making
this particular
it fit.
instance,
Yeah.
your loyalty ability, for some
Isn't-
reason, between you and Death does not seem to work.
Alright.
Okay, Javolt turns to Powder Keg and says, did that work?
Nope.
Right.
Flotsam
I'm just going to be crazy
temporarily-
for the next few seconds. Pretend you don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to go get some pizza! Javolt sort of wisely wanders down the pit. The
Before,
pizza's
no,
this way.
hey,
Wait,
stop!
wait,
God damn it, stop!
Stop with the pizza.
There are still things happening that don't involve you. While Powder Keg's shouting on his megaphone and trying to cast a spell and failing, while all that's happening,
Right.
Famine is losing his crap, losing his mind as his horn glows intensely brightly, and then there's this shock wave, this great shattering sound. All of the Famine Raiders' eyes glow, and they almost all kind of topple over, briefly unconscious.
Not my fault.
Famine just starts looking around like, what the hell? No!
Hey, Famine, fuck you.
Flotsam is going to fly over to Death and sort of hover right in front of him. Death, can you?
As you approach Death, Famine, his horn glows and he shoots this bolt of lightning just in front of you. No, you don't.
Can I
I'll
use
go
haste?
down with a...
Can I use haste to dodge?
You don't really need to dodge this one.
Oh, I don't need to dodge. Okay. Yes,
Okay.
I do. Death,
Question.
Death, listen to me. He's taken control of your mind.
Death starts bringing out his scythe.
Oh, crap.
Death, don't do this.
Question. Can I use the weather crafting ability? Can I charge that up ahead of time and have it ready to use?
What's the
I don't
casting time on that?
Well, can I?
What's the
It's-
casting time on that?
10 seconds.
Then you don't really need to charge it up, do you?
Okay, hold on. Javolt turns to Igor, says something in hex code, I don't know, and Igor is going to try to fly around and behind Famine.
At this point, the pit is utter chaos. As the Famine gang starts to wake up, all the others are either confused or starting to sense that stuff's about to go down and start fleeing the pit. Famine Gang, Scales and Locust near the front start getting up and shouting accusations in Famine's direction.
Famine, you fucked with too much. Time to die, motherfucker.
Can I roll Arcana to try and disrupt Famine's spell?
At this point, Powder Keg is pulling out his mini nuke launcher, but he's just gonna start building up the energy to use that thing.
So much.
I wouldn't pull that out at the moment.
Hey, Firelight. Jump on with...
Yes?
Oh, I was going to say
Firelight,
jump on with...
you can roll Arcana.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna roll.
But as you're doing that, as you're starting to reach out with your magic, and as Pony's starting to go down, towards the pit and away, and it's just chaos right now. Famine just, his horn charges and he shouts out, "Shock Reas Capesc Regat!" And his horn shoots a bolt way up into the sky above.
No!
While that's happening...
What is that?
Aurelia,
you've got more stuff to go.
Aurelia looks really concerned right now, and just, as she's pulling out her plasma caster, says, "Guys, he just spoke Draconic."
He what?
What did he say?
I think it was, lightning storm chaos, as thunder rumbles overhead.
Alright.
Dear Lord, he just shouted.
Can I use Tempered Steel's weathercrafting ability to
Okay, Tempered, you have
hijack
that hammer, right?
direct its power back at him?
You can, you can use your time right now to try and counter his spell with your weathercrafting, yes.
Okay, Javolt is going to,
whether you can do it to completely counter or just nullify it depends on your check.
can Javolt help with
let's
Destiny check?
Yes, and Tempered Steel has started rushing forwards so he can get...
I imagine that to whatever degree, a little bit or a lot, you're all starting to rush down towards the center pit.
Okay, so...
Oh, yeah.
Can Javolt help to roll Arcana on helping with the weathercrafting thing that Tempered Steel is doing?
You can give it a shot, though it's not your forte, so it would only be a little bit of an assistance, but you can do that.
Okay, and I get two rolls on endurance, so that's the first one on
So should I still roll for Arcana? Or is it...
Yes, you should still roll for Arcana.
This is awesome.
To investigate the mind control.
Oh, hey! What is that? No, that isn't.
Okay,
No.
what
almost is.
what does a 29 get me?
With a 21 assist from me.
Alright, 29 with the 21 assist. At this point, it's an intensely powerful spell that he's using to try and summon lightning clouds to strike it down, but you're able to disrupt the, air currents in the area so that the clouds don't converge enough to generate enough, power to be of any threat. You've basically nullified it.
But I can't hijack it with
You can't hijack it, no.
Or
you can't hijack it or try and aim it in any way. It's just too big. All you can really do is just scatter it.
Hey, Spud, can I do a thing?
If I used
Everyone wants to do a thing right now.
Yeah, I know,
Everyone.
I'm sorry.
Well, if I used a reroll on that, would I keep 16 if I rolled the other ones lower?
No, just leave it.
No.
Leave it.
It's fine.
Cuteless, what's up?
I
And
was
Firelight, have you
wondering-
rolled Arcana yet? I don't think you have.
Yes. I got 29. Or am
Are you in the
I'm
same
in the right
room as
room,
everyone
right?
else?
You
Did you go into the top one or the bottom one?
The FID room?
The
There's
there
a
were
beta.
There's two. There's one at
rolls
two.
rolls updated, so now there's a beta 2.0 and then there's the old one, which is what we're in.
Oh.
But if you got
What-
a 29, what does a 29 Arcana get?
29 Arcana,
Is that a nat 20?
No.
Okay.
not with his Arcana, no. With a 29, you get the sense that on top of just bringing them under his will, he's also made safeguards to try and block out whatever input you guys could have on them. Like they can't,
Oh.
they can barely perceive you or hear you. Although although it seems like he wasn't totally successful, there may be one or two exceptions for them. Like certain ponies they'll listen to.
But, yeah. I
This
was
is
wondering
why,
if I can... Oh, sorry, go on, Dally.
No, you go ahead with what you were going to say.
Oh, cool. Well, I was going to ask if, because we worked out, like, forever ago that I could potentially use soul stuff to break mind control, I think. Or I could attempt it.
Could you maybe try to break
it wasn't really breaking the stuff, it was just compelling them to speak the truth, which was really the one trick your opponent could do.
I have a minor idea. Can I?
Okay.
Flotsam yells out, Tibbs, talk to Pestilence. And then she yells to the others, where's Bones? Get Bones here.
Or
Zenkarn.
Or Zenkarn.
If I can force them to speak the truth, and they would know... Okay, can I try this? Can I try rolling the soul stuff on Death to compel him to be able to say bluntly that he is being mind controlled?
I don't think it matters what's being said.
I think
why don't you just go and try
aware.
to convince him to be down?
Now,
based on Locust last night, please let me speak.
Wait. All that magic, you can...
Guys, shut up. Let's move on. Shut up.
What?
Let Spud talk.
Based on your conversation with Locust last night, it seems pretty, you can basically guess that they're aware, maybe under the surface, that they're being mind controlled, but their will is completely subsumed right now.
Well, I can't fix that. All I can do is make them speak the truth. So
Zenkarn, get over here and talk to your senpai.
Talk to him.
Ask him how
that's what I was going to
Ask
do.
him how to break him free.
At this point, it doesn't matter what they say because the negotiations have broken down.
Yeah.
While he's mind controlled, he's just going to say whatever Famine wants him to say, essentially. If I can get him to speak the truth, I can get him to tell me how to stop him being mind controlled a lot more easily than just trying to talk to him.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Let Flotsam talk now.
Sorry, just out of character, I get the impression that we need to fix this not mechanically speaking, but through roleplay. And the way to do that is to get the two party members who are closest to Death and Pestilence to talk to them. Zenkarn talks to Death, and Tibbs talks to Pestilence. And if that doesn't work, we'll figure something else out.
There's a small problem with that.
Oh dear.
Death's bringing out his scythe. Pestilence seems to be bringing out some potions and whatnot from his saddlebags. Famine's charging up his horn.
So roll initiative.
Conquest is bringing out his some kind of lightning sword, has put his helmet back on, and even Torque has just come charging down the steps to stand at your side.
Lightning sword, that is so badass. Sorry.
Is it safe to assume that Conquest is going to be helping us?
Pretty safe. He's the other three of the four horses kind of stand opposite you, and with this point, with weapons drawn, all I can say now is those three dreaded words you never like to hear. Roll for initiative.
I'm sorry. I love hearing those words because I've never heard them before.
Oh my
I
rolled a
22
3.
initiative.
18.
7.
Oh, balls.
Oh, wait. I forgot. Yeah, I got a -3 to initiative, so I've got a 7.
It's not showing up in the room. Well, I rolled a 2. Damn it.
Huh.
It says, like, it's not showing up. What the hell? God damn it. I'm in the room. I see everybody's rolls. I see mine. Do you see them?
I don't...
This sometimes happens, like sometimes it happens to me as well. I'll roll that it'll show up for me, but it won't show up in the main list.
Maybe
you might just need to refresh.
Yeah.
Oh, is it Firelight? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just refresh it.
There you go.
Yeah! I'll stick with that roll instead of the one. I did roll a 2, but it didn't show up in the thing. I'm not sure.
So we've got a 20, a 19, an 18, 2 7s, and a 3.
And a 20.
Yep.
Frankly, I'd consider, like, the 2 that didn't show up, like, rolling a dice off the table.
Something like that. Okay. Let's see. So Zenkarn. Just a second. This is always the biggest part is just getting the turn order straight.
Hey Lapis, how many combat talents do we get again?
Don't you still have your spell book?
You get 8 and you bring
Probably.
5 into battle.
Then again, I may have sold it. I made a bunch of changes to stuff. Now, I get that. That.
Oh, yeah, I also have the Igor trait, which basically means that whenever I roll initiative, I gain...
Oh, you have that one, the pet talent?
I gain a conjuration.
That's a cool one.
It's Spellscape Familiar, just reflavored a bit. When you roll initiative, you may conjure an allied, Igor in this case. It has the following stat block. 1 HP. At the beginning of its turn, it grants me 1 energy, and it has resist 3. And that's
Igor should not go down into the middle.
Igor should totally go down in the middle.
It's a trait. I think it's automatic.
Well, I imagine that you could choose not to use it, given the situation.
So you've got a pet starting out, is that right?
Yep.
Oh, I also have a pet starting out. Mine's Conjurer's pet, though.
It's the same thing. He has the same ability. He just has the.
Oh, I thought you had the Spellscape Familiar one, the one you actually had to do a thing.
Yeah,
with.
I had Spellscape Familiar reflavored.
Right, which is, I think, a slightly different thing. I think. Because, yeah, Weaver, you get energy at the start of your turn, don't you?
At the start of the...
Yeah, your thing gives you energy. Well,
yeah.
Gives energy, yeah. Mine actually does, like, stuff. Which I'm just going to flavor as summoning a zombie, because laziness and ease.
I'm just going to make myself a little adjacency list as well.
I'm making mine. God, I keep forgetting that there are so many. It's been, never since I've done combat, so I forgot all the little intricacies of it.
It's been a while since you've done combat in anything but Wanderlust, I reckon.
Yeah. Yay! Oh well. Alright, I have my list of things I'm using.
Oh. Hey Spud, talking's a free action, right?
Unless you're talking to one of the enemies to try and convince them, in which case, it's kind of less free.
Is it persuasion checks for that?
Yeah.
Should I take a mental before I go into battle?
It's your
choice. No, but serious question. Don't tell me that. Or I'll do it.
It's less about being able to persuade them, because they're under my control, more figuring out how to break the spell.
Oh god, you want me to figure out how to talk to people intelligently? GG guys, you're all dead.
Alright, Zenkarn, do you have a pet starting out at the beginning of the battle?
Yes.
What is it?
Pet, Conjurer's pet, and...
It's a zombie, isn't it?
Yep. I'm just flavoring it as a zombie. But that's the actual talent.
Okay.
And it has a whole bunch of other things. It does a whole bunch of other stuff when it dies, but that's later.
Okay. Putting down the humongous turn order.
Oh god.
Oh man, I love this. It's great.
You guys may want to copy this down and keep track of this yourselves.
Yes, sir.
Because, not counting pets, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on 3.
God dang.
Damn.
Against...
So wait. Oh, sorry.
We're all only really trying to kill famine, but we do have to contend with the fact that death and pestilence are also huge fucking badasses.
The great thing is, death is in combat, so he's probably going to be less broken than what we saw. Hopefully.
Well, it's all.
Well, everything will be less free actions anyway, and he won't just summon a bazillion zombies and OTK us.
Yeah, that's true. Probably. Probably true.
That would be boring for Spud more than anything else.
Maybe. I don't know, that actually sounds like a lot of fun now that you mention it.
God damn it, Spud.
I'm going to.
If you want to kill me in revenge, fine, but at least let the others have
says I
some
want
fun before they
revenge?
die.
Hewlett,
said you
I
wanted
think that may
revenge.
be the most selfless thing you've said this entire game.
Oh my god, you're right. Kill them first.
Thank you for being the rarity of our campaign.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I gotta give you an encore. Anyway, so it's my turn first.
Powder Keg is the first up to bat.
So, it's normally a -9, but I said I started arming it, so can I use the Fat Mare?
Someone said you shouldn't do that. I'm really not inclined to give you a mini nuke right at the start of this. Sorry.
Fine. Well, I throw a plasma grenade at Famine.
Alrighty.
And deal him 14 damage.
14 damage to Famine?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. And that's it?
And that's the turn.
Alright. Death steps up to take his first turn. Alright. He brings out his scythe and approaches Tempered Steel and just starts slashing away at him.
I am going to, in response, I've got it here. Let me find it. Shoot. This is, I know I've got it here somewhere. It's, where is it? I can find it. Sorry. Okay, yeah, the take it like a Minotaur as an interrupt for 3, and I can use it 3 times a battle, and basically flip a coin. If heads, I am not affected by the attack. If tails, I gain 5 temporary HP.
Alright.
So roll 1d2. 1 is tails, 2 is heads.
Alright. I rolled a 1, so I heads, so I'm not affected by the attack.
Alright. You're not affected by the first part of the attack, anyway.
Well...
Okay, by the whole attack, fine.
Okay, yeah, and I hold... yeah, basically...
The first scythe swing goes for you.
Yeah,
and
Tempered Steel basically blocks it with his hammer.
You block it with your hammer. And instead of continuing his scythe combo to you, he goes instead to Dr. Tibbs for 10 damage.
Okay.
Then Torque for 6. And then he just kind of jumps back, his combo finished. But you know, as the scythe cuts into you two, you kind of feel a little bit, not only he's been cutting into your body, but also a bit of your spirit, as what feels like some of your essence being sucked away towards them.
Damn it.
Ouch.
Well, we need to roll saving throws.
Oh, and on top of that, as you take damage from his attack, both you and Torque notice that you feel, I don't know, it's hard to describe the feeling, but it feels like you've been marked by him.
Oh, fantastic.
God,
Yeah.
Marked for death.
Marked by death.
Mark of the Reaper.
I have a feeling that Tibbs and Firelight are going to be needing to do a lot of healing this fight.
No shit, Sherlock.
I was hoping to actually do some fighting.
Functionally, the main part of this is just purely mechanics. It's a thing called the Reaper's Challenge. It's a challenge like many other in this system. If you do not make an attack that does not include death as a target, there are consequences.
It has to be an attack, correct?
It has if it's an attack.
Okay.
You can use utility and just not do anything, but
Fantastic.
But if you make an attack at all and it doesn't include death, then there are consequences with the Reaper's Challenge.
Okay.
And this lasts until the next time he deals damage. So
The next time he deals damage or the next time he attacks?
next time he deals damage.
Oh, God.
All right. Then it's Pestilence who's up. Pestilence brings out this green bubbling-looking mixture, 3 vials of it, and just kind of tosses it over all 3 of them. Kind of breaks on them and spreads this rapidly expanding mass that hardens into this almost like armor-thick moss that just covers all 3 of them.
So, Pestilence is on support.
That's one ability he has. But that's his turn. Firelight, you're up. By this point, pretty much the entire pit, except for you guys, has been vacated, except for some stragglers watching from the edges of the pit, trying to, kind of duck low to avoid any, I guess, shrapnel would be a good word.
Shoot, I was kind of hoping some of them might help us, but oh well. Pretty much most of them have retreated, not really wanting to tango with death and pestilence especially, and famine with his newfound power, it looks like. Well, I'm super disappointed in the war ponies.
So I guess I should probably heal, so, I'll use, healing word on, Tibbs. Which, 1d10. So, healing 12.
Okay. That puts me at...
Should be
36.
full, right? Yeah.
Yep. So, just 30, right?
Oh, yeah.
Unless I get temp HP.
Yeah, max...
Not from overhealing.
Max is standard 30.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'll use Burning Slash on Fan.
Alright.
So, sorry, it's been a while and stuff since, oh, balls. Well, only dealt 1 damage.
And with that, whatever that armor moss thing, the armor chemical thing that, Pestilence has used earlier, doesn't seem to hardly make a crack in that. Well, okay, it makes a bit of a crack, but, it, doesn't seem to actually hurt him underneath it.
Okay.
Just kind of glances off.
And then I'll do, 6 ongoing damage, plus 2 from, my combat trait, Let Him Burn.
Ooh, so
8 ongoing damage.
Ongoing 8 save ends. Nice.
And that's my turn.
That is famine. Alright. When Firelight's done, it's Conquest's turn. And he breaks out this pole arm that seems to have air currents surrounding it, like with the power of wind, and he turns to the rest of you guys and says, "Live or die, we are going to do everything we can to take back the 4 horses. Are you with me?"
Yeah!
Hell yeah.
And this
man.
war cry, despite not having any sort of, I don't know, magical thing attuned to it, you feel emboldened by it, as though if you make an attack before the beginning of Conquest's next turn, you deal an extra 1d8 damage on the next one. Like all of you.
Woo!
Every single one of you deals an extra 1d8 on the next instance of damage. And then he just charges straight into the fray with all 3 of the other 4 horses and starts spinning that polearm around with his mouth and his hooves, just this extreme whirlwind of strikes with this polearm, this enchanted polearm, dealing, let me get my rolls room up, 17 damage to all of them, which completely breaks through the armor that Pestilence has set up, completely just throwing off that whatever that mossy substance was.
Wow.
Excellent timing.
He's still one of the most powerful people in the Wasteland.
Good to know.
Good thing Famine didn't think he was much of a threat.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, right?
His arrogance-
Flotsam, you're up.
Oh, yes, I am. First, minor action, Flotsam is going to equip her scope and declare her prey as Famine. That means that every time she
Really?
attacks... Huh?
Really now?
Yeah, I know, it's surprising, huh? That means every time she attacks him, plus d6 damage to him, and her opening attack is going to be Dynamite, which is 2d10 to the target, and I think each creature adjacent to the target. So let me just roll that. And I get a plus 1d8, so, oh my god, that is ludicrous. Well, that's a 9. So that's a 9 to Famine and anyone adjacent to him. And then I also get my plus d6. Oh my god, the dice hate me. So that's 1 extra damage to Famine.
Well, that's a total of 10. It's not shabby.
Okay. Well, that's Flotsam.
All right.
Hey, Flotsam.
Oh.
Don't you have unacceptable?
Unacceptable.
It's a combat
Oh.
trait. So you
hang
get to reroll all your ones if you do. I think you do.
I might. Your ally makes a saving throw. Beware the tiny ones. No, I don't. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Fortune's favorite, but that's cool.
Oh, you also get the extra D8 or D6 from...
Ah, yes. You do get an extra D8 from Conquest's War Cry. Roll that.
Yeah.
That's
No,
things.
guys, I already added that in. I still rolled.
Oh, yeah,
really
she
bad.
did. Yeah, it's in the rolls calculation.
Okay, it doesn't apply to
Sorry.
the scope.
Thanks
No.
anyway.
All right. Then it's Famine's turn. Famine.
Wait. Oh no. Wait. Sorry. Yes, I do. No,
Yeah.
I totally missed it. But I do have Fortune's favorite. I mean, unacceptable. Yeah. Sorry. I completely missed
All right,
that.
yeah, that's fine.
Woo!
Because I was looking at the.
Did.
No. Yes. Sorry. I was looking at the battle thing underneath it and not the trait itself. Yes, you may re-roll all ones you roll in combat. Oh, does that mean that I get to use because I think I rolled 2 ones in that?
Yeah,
you
you roll
rolled-
on one of the D10s.
Okay, so I'll roll a d6. Okay, the d6 is for Famine only. Well, that's a 2. Oh well, slightly
So
better.
a little bit of extra damage on Famine.
And then the d10 is for Famine and adjacent. Because it was just one of the d10s that. There we go. That's better.
Oh my goodness, that's an extra 8 damage to all of them.
Thank you so much, Keyless. I can't believe I forgot about that.
No, it's fine.
All right.
Okay.
That little attack. What was it flavor wise?
Well, first of all, it was basically dynamite. She pulled out a stick of dynamite and lobbed it as hard as she could at Finn.
All right. That dynamite strike definitely did a bit of damage to them. A significant amount of damage. It's great. All right. So then now finally it's Famine's turn, and let's see. What does he do? All right. His horn lights up and he shouts out, "Yigmish, Persvek, Iteshk!" Aurelia's eyes whiten and she says, he said, drown in sorrow. Uh-oh.
That's never good.
Every single one of you, except for pets and whatnot, but every single one of you roll a saving throw with a -4 penalty.
I am going to use my can I use my steel wall thing? I mean my skill wall thing first to try and
What is that?
an enemy target, or is that just a group thing, not targeting?
It's all enemies.
Okay.
So is that just 1d20 -4?
1d20 -4.
Cool.
Oh, balls.
Oh, for the love of... Can I get a reroll on that?
You rolled a 1!
Rack!
Whoa, we all rolled shitty!
Can I get a
Give me a sec.
reroll?
I used not on my watch, on mine, so Trigger, you're an ally, makes a saving throw and dislikes the result. Add a +5 to the saving roll.
Yes, can I do that as well? Because I also have that. Who should I do
Great
that
to who? We all rolled shitty.
Who has a chance of surviving this? Because me and Cuteless, and probably Tibbs, and probably Powder Keg, don't.
I re-rolled mine, so I'm good.
Can I reroll mine
mine
with
should
Stubborn
be
as a
showing
Mule?
up.
I mean, it's not a combat talent, but it is a... Oh
No,
no,
I-
it's a skill
No.
check.
I thought, wait
Yeah.
a second. I thought not on
Mine's
my
not
watch.
showing up.
Wait, hang on a second. For not on my watch, I was under the impression that it's not a reroll +5, it's just a +5.
Oh, yes, sorry, you're right, it is. Never mind.
So
Well-
that pretty much only benefits Firelight.
Well, I got a
Let's just both
I
chuck them
got
towards
a
fire
6,
then.
but it's not showing up.
Yeah, I'll chuck mine at Firelight then.
I will as well. The rest of us are
Severed
screwed.
Steel, your stuff still didn't show up.
Should I re-roll it?
Yes.
I mean,
I got a
I
natural
I got
1.
6. Okay, but re-roll it.
Well,
Don't worry, Javol, I got a nat 1 too.
I You want me to re-roll it?
Yes.
Oh, you gotta be. Okay, that's not showing up either. It doesn't.
Wait,
Try re-entering
question.
the room.
Yeah,
Hey, Spud.
Yes?
sometimes re-enter.
With unacceptable, it says you may re-roll all ones on dice you roll in combat. Does that include saving throws?
I believe that does include saving throws.
Okay. Can I re-roll in that case, I need to re-roll again. And probably also roll even more shit.
Okay, I just rejoined the room. I'm going to take one more shot at
Oh, by one!
Okay, there it finally showed up. I got a 7.
I rolled a natural 1, so what's Javolt going through now?
Alright. So who actually succeeded?
Well, who got
what's the DC for succeeding?
On a saving throw, I believe it's 10.
Okay.
No.
So
who were the bonuses given to?
Firelight.
if we
Both
chuck
of
one to Firelight and we chuck one to
Tempered
Jarwell.
Steel.
Yeah, okay, I'll give plus. It was +5, wasn't it? Yeah, you give yours to Firelight. I'll give mine to Steel, and then they can both
Yep.
succeed.
Cool.
So it's Zenkarn, Steel, and Firelight that survived this.
Because the NPCs also rolled really terribly.
Does
Yeah.
Flotsam not survive? Oh wait, no, because she got. Okay.
No, I didn't. I want to flavor this as Flotsam giving Tempered Steel a hug. A bolstering hug to cheer him up.
I just walk over and dope slap Firelight over the back of the head.
Everyone who succeeded, this doesn't happen to you, the three of you. The rest of you, his spell washes over you, and you become consumed by this overwhelming sorrow. And you just lose all will to just all confidence and all will. And you lose 2 energy and have vulnerability 5 until you save against this.
No. In which case, I flavor this as Flotsam sees the spell charging up, turns to Tempered Steel because he's the nearest to try and help him, and then as soon as it hits, she just kind of and just kind of sinks to the ground, completely overcome with grief.
The only ones who don't have this are Tempered Steel, Zenkarn, and Firelight.
You said -2 energy, right?
-2 energy and vulnerability 5. Save ends both.
Wait a minute. -2 energy. So if I save, I gain 2 energy?
Yes.
Okay.
But yes, that is the result of his Drown in Sorrow spell.
Wait, who saves to gain 2 energy? What's that?
No one. It's just if you save, you don't lose 2 energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But everyone who's affected, we'll get to that. Next up in the turn order is Aurelia, who is just like, oh, what the hell is going on? Okay. She brings up her plasma caster and just aims it straight at Famine. Just still sad, but just incensed that this guy's making her feel this way. And with her precision check, she lands a shot straight on Famine.
Woo!
For a total of 2 damage.
Ah.
So her kind of sudden intense sadness kind of caused her to kind of miss and glance him, unfortunately. Famine just kind of shrugs it off. Following Aurelia is Torque, who, oh man, so many abilities to switch through, so many NPCs to control.
You're doing really well, Spud. We believe in you.
Torque, just his eyes like streaming with tears at this point, just brings up his hooves that appear to be the Steel Ranger power hooves, but with some kind of ordnance attached to the front of them. He says, "You will regret making me feel things!" And he just charges forward and punches Famine in the face. The power hoof triggers, adding a whole bunch more force, and then it explodes.
Yay! I missed Torque so much.
Explosions!
Dealing.
I like
Fully
Torque.
punched by proxy.
Bad Wars for Smack Talk!
Famine himself takes 16 damage. Wait. And the other two around him, just with the blast, take another about 4. But it also kind of hurts him a little bit as well, for about 4 damage. But even as he takes the damage, he actually seems to be kind of bolstered by it. He just kind of backs up and says, "Yeah, you take that!" Even a little bit of him just kind of like smoking.
I like Torque more and more.
Alright. That was productive. Tempered Steel, you're up.
Okay, theoretically speaking, if I used Hammer Slam to fling Famine out of the battle, would that create an opening to try
I'm
and
sorry.
better...
Sorry, first up, I forgot to do some saving throws. First up for Aurelia. She does not save against Consumed by Sorrow. Torque does not save against Sorrow either. Alright, anyway, go on.
Okay, theoretically speaking, if I used the Hammer Slam to fling Famine out of the battle, would that create an opening to better try and break through to Death and Pestilence?
It might.
Should I go for it, guys?
It
Sure.
could be worth a try, yeah?
You are the master of your own fate.
Okay, I just
Captain
want to
of your
make sure you guys are okay with that before I fling Famine out of the battle and make him unable to be targeted or attacked till the start of my next turn.
Wait, would we not be able to... Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
I wouldn't choose Famine then. I would pick someone else. We're trying to kill Famine.
Actually, that's a point. You could use it to fling one of the others out of battle, someone that we don't want to hurt.
But then family would still be around to
Okay, so I'll just use it on someone else.
put the kibosh on any attempts to, talk to them.
Use it on Pestilence.
Use it on Death. At this point, he's being a lot scarier than Pestilence is.
Mostly I'm being slightly selfish here, but I want Famine still in the battle because we really want to kill him as quickly as possible.
Just give me 3 or 4 turns.
3 or 4, if you get that
Okay,
many.
I should be back. Sorry. Okay, were you just waiting for me to get back?
You left?
You left?
Yeah, it showed that I lost connection.
We didn't see it.
We didn't notice.
I might have seen it, but
Oh,
they were talking about the merits of, knocking out one pony over another, so
Okay, so what did I miss?
very little.
So
Okay,
who are you hitting?
If you don't want me to knock out Famine to try and break through the other two, I was thinking Pestilence, since he offers support to the
Yeah,
other
see, they
two.
were thinking Death.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he's the biggest threat. Look at him.
The thing is with Death, he has marked the other guys so that if they don't attack him, they take damage or other
Or
potentially
something
bad
else.
shit. I know,
Would
I'm just generalizing.
Would that still be in effect if I knocked him out of the battle?
Yeah, saving throws don't go with that one.
Okay.
We tried it
so-
in a campaign once.
Oh, speaking of which, wouldn't Torque be taking some damage for not attacking Death?
Oh man, you're right. But he didn't take damage. No, instead, he just got as he gets back and Death just kind of smirks. Torque gets this really sort of just kind of goes cold a little bit, as if he just felt the hand of Death on his shoulder. What he did was he rolled a Death saving throw
Wait, what?
Oh!
and failed.
Wait, what?
And if he fails 2 more of those,
Oh my god!
2 more of these this battle or 2 more total?
this battle.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's sick and wrong on so many different levels, and I love it.
Yeah, that's the penalty of the Reaper's challenge.
Okay, I am.
Thank you for
okay.
reminding me.
You're welcome. I kind of needed to know since I'm the only one who's also suffering from it.
Okay, good. Nobody's dying.
Okay, well, I could try and damage Famine, but I think it's probably better if I knock Pestilence out of the fight for now. Then, so we can.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh man.
Okay, but first, as I was saying before, provided I don't get cut off again, I'm going to use the Emblem of Justice, the minor utility, for -1. And Temperance Deal is going to shout, "For the 4 horses!"
All right, and what is the effect of that?
I was so sure you were going to say for the horde.
Yeah, but
Anyway, effect, come on.
But okay, all enemies suffer a -5 penalty to damage on attacks that do not include you as a target until the end of your next turn. And as he's shouting that, he's going to rush at Pestilence and hit him in a golf swing with his hammer to send him flinging away from the podium.
He goes flying with your strike and lands against the steps on the opposite side of the pit.
Oh my god, I can't believe I had my thing off this entire time and I was saying, no, don't do that, hit Pestilence, we need, Famine, we need Famine out of there,
No.
That's what we already discussed.
We can't talk to the other two until we get Famine out of there.
That's why
we need them on our side, we can't fight them.
Well, that's what I originally wanted to do, but then they said...
Yeah, I know, I was trying to convince you not to go with what they said, and my mic was muted the whole time.
See, that's what I was.
And now I'm really frustrated.
I will let you.
A huge deal.
If you want to change your mind, you can do that to Famine instead.
All right, yeah, I'm okay. I mean, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. But I mean, as long as they're while he's shouting that, he's going to rush forwards and he's going to hit Famine like that while he's.
All right. So
okay, but if he's golf swinging, he can say 4 horses. I'm done.
4 horses.
All right. So, does this do any damage, or is it just the knockout?
Well, no. I have to pay. I have to pay 7 pips to do damage. So no, I just send him flying away from the podium.
All right. So he's just ringed out for a little bit.
Until the start of my next turn.
All right.
Okay, now's the time. We need to have Zenkarn break the hold, break the safeguards, and then Powder Keg can get the...
I think it's my turn, actually.
I can't break the safe holds.
You could just try talking to him. Role-playing might work. I know this is unheard of in a roleplay game.
Or a combination of, previous things put together. Who knows?
It's both role-play and role-play.
Yes.
Right now, though, it's Dr. Javolt's turn.
I'm guessing you're not going to let me use my Destiny talent on death.
No.
Alrighty then.
So we're not allowed to use anything at our disposal to actually influence this. Wonderful.
Do I roll
no, I just really don't want him using Spelljacker.
Yeah, and you know what I mean?
Loyalty would be far too easy, though. Come on, this is meant to be a challenge.
Loyalty wasn't completely ineffective.
It was Master Weaver's turn.
Yes. Javolt.
Javoltage.
Javoltage?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Did I roll any 8s? Nope. But I do take 21 damage and gain 5 energy. And I'm also dazed.
Oh, dear.
Do I get a saving throw to,
you can save against,
the vulnerability. Right. I do have an item that gives me +3 on saving throws, so...
So, yeah.
And I succeed on what, again? I probably did not succeed, did I?
No, you did not succeed on that check.
Alright.
That saving throw.
Alright. So, guess...
Igor...
gives me 1 energy, that's basically all she does.
Alright, Dr. Tibbs is up.
Alright, Tibbs is just going to spend his turn, trying to reach Pestilence and talk to him.
Alright. You can do that.
Alright, as soon as he gets close enough, he's, going to attempt to, just sort of grab Pestilence by the shoulders and go, "Boss, shake yourself out of it. You're stronger than this. You've faced worse foes than this. You've faced worse diseases than that scum. You can get out of this."
Pestilence kind of starts to reach for some other potion or tincture in his saddlebags, but kind of hesitates. And Powder Keg.
Mm-hmm.
As he's doing this, you kind of get kind of a feeling, kind of a strange feeling. Roll Arcana.
Alright. Wait, what? Oh, that's a minus. I actually put minus.
Maybe...
How about 16?
Don't sell yourself short. With the 16, you get kind of the vaguest indication that maybe loyalty just through you might not have worked, but maybe with Tibbs, if you kind of channel it through some pony they might listen to, it might be far more effective.
Alright. I guess I'll try that on my turn. I can try that. Or can I try it right now?
I think for the sake of initiative, probably try it on your turn.
Alright.
But Tibbs,
I need to make saving throws.
Yes, you do.
For both do I need to do it for Marked by Death and Consumed with Sorrow?
Consumed by Sorrow is save ends, Reaper's Challenge is not.
Okay. That's just a 1d20, right?
Yep, that's just a saving throw, 1d20.
Sweet, I have bonuses to that. Save from Sorrow. Nat 20!
Oh, damn. You are so...
Yay!
You are so over it.
I just wanted to... so focused on the pestilence.
Alright. But unfortunately, just from your words alone, it doesn't look like pestilence is coming around, and he starts to bring out some kind of very angrily bubbling thing as you're still close to him, which would be your cue to back off.
Tibbs is gonna stand there and just take it if he has to. If something like that would snap him out of it,
alright.
He would.
Well, in the few seconds before that happens, Zenkarn, it's your turn.
Salute. In that case, I guess I'm gonna follow Pestilence's follow Tibbs's footsteps. Tibbs, you're Pestilence now.
Alright, you got it.
So I'll do the same sort of thing. I'll walk up to him and be like, Death, listen. You're being affected by famine, and you're better than this. Wake up. You're probably the most powerful of the four here. We need you. Come back.
Death hesitates again, but starts to raise up his scythe once more.
Oh, again, following Tibbs's footsteps. I'll just stay where I am.
Your Conjurer's Pet is up. Does it do anything?
I have a feeling that attacking them is probably a really counterintuitive move at this point.
Probably.
So no, it will just stand there being adorable and rotting.
Alright. Powder Keg.
Alright. Well, Death's up next, so I'll get him first. I try to use loyalty on Death through Zenkarn.
Alright. You manage to... it is a bit tricky, so roll me an Arcana check, just to be sure.
Oh man, I'm bad at these. Well, I mean, I'm not great at these. Well, that's a nat 20.
Oh, God!
So, that works.
Oh, wow! Right when we need it.
That'll do.
Between Zenkarn's just kind of presence, his connection to Death, and you channeling your loyalty through him, you find it in yourself to, with kind of overwhelming strength, shatter the spell on Death. Death's eyes kind of lose focus and go hazy for a bit, and the necromancer kind of slumps to the ground.
So he's
Yay.
basically unconscious?
For a little bit. You don't know if he's totally out for how long he's going to be out, but he's out for a little bit. But yeah, he is down. But before you can do much else, Pestilence finishes bringing out his mixture and basically throws it into Tibbs' face, I'm sorry to say.
Okay, well, okay,
Or... Actually, before he manages to do that, Torque, actually just as it looks like Pestilence is about to lob it, Torque shoves Tibbs out of the way, and takes the full front of the potion.
Damn it, Torque! Stop making me love you!
He beat me to it! Okay.
And,
I have skills that help me against save end stuff.
He's also got, and there's a -5 penalty to damage on that, then since he didn't target me.
well, it's not a damaging thing, unfortunately.
Okay.
The potion explodes into this yellowish-green gas, and Torque starts coughing and tearing up a bit. His eyes completely shut, and he moves a bit sluggishly back into line.
You are already marked by death, Torque. What are you doing?
Actually, while Death is unconscious, is he still marked?
Actually, no. The Reaper's challenge seems to the little essence of coldness that seems to haunt you two kind of disappears. Probably should mention that. But like everything else, I'm just kind of forgetting.
You've got a lot to manage. I don't blame you.
I'm writing it all down. There's so much data flying around.
I prepared a lot for this session. About maybe 10% of it is going to actually be visible, but
you can save it for notes for the extended edition once the whole thing's all complete.
I'll just show you guys what I had. After that, it's Firelight. Basically, the next few turns are Firelight, Conquest, and Flotsam.
Who's hurt?
I have 19 hit points.
Torque is... oh, yeah. Javolt shocked himself.
Okay.
But that's his own doing.
And how is Torque?
Torque
has taken 12 damage.
Yeah.
12 damage?
But he's also got that thing going on, and, he's got the 3... Well, I guess that doesn't matter anymore.
Consumed by sorrow, blinded, weakened.
Oh, God!
Yeah, you would have been hit by that.
I have bonuses to save it!
If Torque hadn't taken it for him, Tempered Steel would have. Mostly just to try and get
on principle, yes, we know. Anyway.
No, it was more to because if he gets hit by that drastically decreases our chances of
Okay, I'm gonna heal Torque with Word of Healing, and that's 10 hit points.
10 hit points to Torque.
Yeah. The other ability and stuff I'll use is prepare spell and stuff to swap out. I guess I'll just swap out prepare spell for I can fix that.
Alright.
Since I'm out of uses of healing word now.
Alright, is that your turn?
Yep.
Conquest looks around at all of you and says, "We've almost got this. Everyone hang in there. You still with me?"
Booyah!
And
sure, why not?
With this cry, he does his best to try and bolster you with his voice, and those of you that have ongoing effects right now, as if you still have them, you can make a save against them right now. Against one of your choice, although most of you, all you have is Consumed by Sorrow.
Make a save.
Yeah, I rolled a 16 on that.
Powder Keg, Flotsam, Javolt, and...
Same penalty?
No penalty.
Can I do anything to help out Torque?
Oh gosh. 2 ones.
Yeah, but Flot got a reroll, so...
Okay.
I guess I'm clear then?
Let's see. Flotsam... Alright, yeah. Flotsam's okay. Javolt's alright. Tibbs, have you rolled?
I already cleared mine. I got a nat 20, remember?
Alright, yeah. I forgot to mark it on my sheet. Powder Keg, unfortunately, you're still kind of down in the dumps. Torque saves against his blindness, and Aurelia also gets out of her funk. Conquest, unfortunately, is still kind of affected. Everyone who also saved from Consumed by Sorrow, by the way, gets 2 energy back. But anyway, after that, Flotsam's turn is up.
Yeah, I used loyalty on pestilence.
That is, yeah, I figured.
Yep. Did there need to be a roll for that?
Yeah, some kind of, ideally Arcana, but maybe for persuasion for you, since you're not quite so magically inclined. But to try and channel it through Tibbs.
Let me just check my persuasion. Okay, 1 sec.
Are you alright, Dolly?
Are you
Just sick.
Ooh. Yeah, that still hasn't gone away yet, has it? Well, hang in there. This is... With any luck, this is almost through.
Can I have Tempered Steel make a supporting roll on that?
14.
14. Yeah, you can make a supporting roll if you like.
Okay, that's just a d20?
It's a persuasion check.
Okay, d20 plus...
Are we all allowed to make assists, or?
Everyone help.
If everyone here was allowed to make assists, it would be...
I should probably make an assist of my own now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Can I toss my magic point on it?
There you go. If you toss a magic point on that, that is enough. You kind of channel that ability through Tibbs from Flotsam, with Tempered Steel helping a little bit. And...
He's going to pick Flotsam up and hold her up like Simba.
And 10 of the good feelings.
Alright. Gotta get reception on this loyalty.
And the good feelings did rain.
Indeed. Pestilence, his eyes kind of flutter a bit, and he collapses down onto the platform. At this point, this is when Famine finally gets up off the steps and charges back onto the stage and looks down at the unconscious bodies to his side and says, "What the hell did you do?"
Broke your fuck stick.
That's one way to put it.
It's finished.
That is not the sentence you wanted to say.
Nope, that is not.
Famine just...
I was going for something else, and then that came out of my mouth, so... Well,
you know
what?
I kind of don't blame you, given just kind of the mood you're in, but I think it adds something here. Famine just glares back at you and says, I've still got enough power to, if nothing else, take you with me.
Nope.
And he intones, Das Duder die der Asterix.
What's that?
Aurelia grimaces and says, he said strength of the dragon, as Famine's horn glows, and he is enveloped by this red glow.
Now, I'm guessing that he got back now rather than at my next turn because everything else is done, right?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Okay.
Sorry, I was...
Yeah.
No, I can understand it, I just wanted
to... Otherwise and stuff, all the turns would have pretty much been used, I guess, if somebody could heal or use a support ability, but otherwise...
Quick question.
Yeah, basically there would have been a full round.
Quick question.
Well, it would have gotten to me, and then the rest of us could pick on him until it got back to him again.
I know, this...
No, I can understand.
Thematically, this fits a lot better than, and then there was like 10 minutes where everyone could basically heal up.
Or alternatively, we all charge over to his position, but either way. And/or.
Yes, Weaver?
Yeah. In an earlier session, I said that, Javolt put the shards of Smaug's crystal thing into his electro cape. Does the form of the strength of the dragon have any effect on this? Is there anything going on?
Those shards were completely nullified. Basically. Shattered as they were.
So, no bonus energy or anything.
It's not like it's radiating out towards you. Okay. It's just completely focused on him, and his wounds seem to heal almost instantly.
Was he still on fire? Did he ever save for my...
Yeah, he's got ongoing 8 damage save ends still, as far as I know.
He takes 8 damage from the burning as he's coming up.
And then it all immediately heals.
And then
shit, I had you on fire, damn it.
He doesn't seem to heal up to full, but he does seem to get a whole newfound strength. and his eyes kind of are a little bit redder than before, and he has this crazed grin on his face now. And his horn goes again, but this time just with the normal color of telekinesis, and he brings out these 2 serrated knives. I'm going to bring down one of you at least.
Good luck.
Good luck, asshole.
He charges at Aurelia, and before she can really quite do anything, he gets behind her and holds a knife up to her throat.
Well, can I have Tempered Steel use Defender to get in the way of that? Or
if you want to get targeted by that instead.
Well, if he doesn't, that's not a thing where he takes 5, where it's -5, right?
No.
Okay, then yes.
No, this is hostage situation.
Yep.
Okay, yes. Tempered Steel will jump behind Aurelia before he can catch her.
Well, instead then, Famine gets behind you and telekinetically holds the knives crossed against your neck.
God damn it!
And he just... You want to hit me? You'll have to go through him first.
And, I don't suppose there's a way Tempered Steel could fall back on top of him and pin him, or if he makes any move.
I'm certain that, by the time you fall into the ground, you will have a new ventilation system.
Well,
are we still in?
Yes, you are
combat
still
round?
in combat.
Okay, cool.
Technically speaking.
Sweet. Whose turn?
That being Famine's turn, it's Aurelia next, who was just kind of forcefully pushed out of the way. And she just snarls at Famine behind Tempered Steel. It's like, come on. Really now? She kind of looks to you guys and says, alright, what should I do?
Cap him. Cap him in the goddamn head.
Through Tempered Steel?
We can fix him.
What? That's a little heartless even for you, Zencon.
Well, do you have any other options?
Not really.
There you go. Cap him in the head.
I can't see his head past the poncho.
Is Tempered Steel at all able to, is there anything he can do without, getting a blade in his neck?
Other than stay perfectly still, not really.
Oh no, we lost Firelight.
So he can't maneuver just enough to create a spot or anything like that?
Not really.
Okay.
Not with your height and his position behind you now.
Hi.
Hey,
welcome back. Tempered Steel is a hostage.
Yeah, I got that and stuff. I pretty much, the internet didn't crap out. My computer died.
Oh,
for a second.
Yikes!
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
Fun.
Oh,
Did
man.
you bring it back to life?
It did it earlier and stuff, but I thought it was because it had overheated. Now it's completely cool, and it's still just immediately turned off for no reason.
After this, check the motherboard. If that's not it, check the graphics card. You'd be surprised how often graphics cards just fuck up. And manage to corrupt everything. But don't worry, you should be fine. If you're on Skype now and it only crapped out for a couple of seconds, it shouldn't be a hardware issue. It's most likely to be a software issue. Anyway, sorry about that.
Anyway.
Okay.
Aurelia
Sorry.
Looks to you guys and then looks at the little hostage situation and says, I've got an idea.
I'm all ears.
I'm going to try something weird.
Weird is good.
She kind of lowers her caster, holding it with one hand and then slowly reaching out with her other hand. She reaches out towards Tempered Steel general direction and says, Doubt, go, Exotic City! And all of nothing happens.
Oh.
Famine just cackles. Did the Dragoness just try to do a mind trick on me? That's adorable.
So, Ellen, you've got Tempered Steel. What exactly are you going to do now?
I have a question. Are we technically in combat still?
Still in combat.
Yes.
Okay. Damn.
And it is Torque's turn. Even though he's still kind of consumed by sorrow and weakened. And he just kind of still blubbering, just kind of looks at Timber Steel and is like, I don't know what to do, man. I just don't know. And he basically passes his turn on to, Tempered Steel.
Yes. Okay. So the knife is being held at his neck, right?
Yeah.
How close is how close is Famine to Tempered Steel?
He's standing like right behind you, like basically in your shadow.
Okay.
The knives are held kind of like about an inch away from your neck, but he presses them in slightly, when he wants to make a point to prevent you from moving.
And the intent is that he will cut my head off if I try anything.
Doesn't even have to cut your head off. Just, slice your major arteries.
Don't remember, if you die, we can rebuild you better.
better, stronger.
Between not being dead until I'm at minus 60, having a standard utility where I can make a saving throw, and the take it like a Minotaur ability, could I try and do something to to throw this off somehow?
You could try and make a grab for him, but at this point you're gonna be, from the position he's got you in, a knife in somewhere near the neck is gonna be a sure thing.
So, nothing where, for example, trying to...
You wouldn't be able to completely nullify anything, but...
But, try and put the arms up somewhere to, at least get in the way of making a clean cut or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Drop the hammer and put the arms up, right next to the neck to block the swords.
Well, it's not swords. These are serrated knives.
Well, the blades.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. I will attempt to do that.
All right. I'm thinking athletics or endurance check right now.
Well, endurance would probably be the best option since I've got 2 rolls on that.
Yeah.
So that's a D20 plus 13. First roll is a 3 for a 16. Second roll, 17. I'm going to use the first of my 2 rerolls to take another shot at that.
Okay, because those were not terribly impressive.
15. A 26.
Oh.
Does 26 do it?
Well, 26 certainly does something better than a 17.
If you can, I would say magic point. This is kind of life and death shit.
Can I use magic point on my own thing?
Well, yeah. You can.
Okay. If I took a second reroll and got worse than a 26, would I still keep the 26?
No. If you reroll, you keep the reroll.
Yeah.
Almost
unless it specifically
says roll twice and take the greater.
Well, yeah,
just magic point to 26.
Just magic point. 26 is pretty damn good. A 36 would be a lot better.
Okay. Yeah. It says you may roll twice on endurance checks and take the higher result.
But if that doesn't apply to your reroll.
Okay. Yes, I will use the magic point to make it a 36. Anyone want to? Yeah. Okay. Yep. So yeah, 36 on that.
Do you think we should probably throw another one on there?
It'll be fine.
Certainly would be appreciated.
With that check, you managed to just really quickly grab the knives at the near the base, not quite totally at the base, but near the base, kind of gripping half the handle and half the edge of the blade. And Famine just shouts out, "What are you doing?" and quickly just swipes the knives away from your hands, kind of slicing your palms a bit, but giving you a momentary opening as the knives are telekinetically drawn away from your neck.
Can I use that moment to try and tackle him?
You can.
Okay, yes, I will. Steel will spin around and try and tackle him.
You don't really have athletics. Roll athletics.
Okay. 21?
You don't really quite pull off the spinning around that you need to, but you kind of more just collapse right on top of him.
That works.
To which he just shouts out, "Get off me, you oaf!" and jabs one of the knives straight towards your back.
Can I make a roll to try and evade that, or is...
With you having just freshly fallen on top of him? Not really. Not dodging this.
Okay.
Better than getting your throat slit.
That is true.
Marginally, because, spinal injuries only paralyze, whereas throat injuries actually kill.
I can fix this. I can fix that. I can fix a spinal injury.
Can give him robot legs.
To be fair, we can fix death too.
Well, he's not dead yet.
At this point, Famine just leaves the knife in you, still has one of the other ones, and just, while you're crying out in pain, just crawls out from under you.
Well, I can't, hold him down or anything?
You just got a knife in your back.
Okay.
You have a serrated knife in your back. That hurts.
So, what is his HP at right now, or does that matter?
He took a little damage from getting collapsed upon, but...
No, I mean Steel. What's Steel's condition, aside from, having a serrated knife in his back?
Not good.
Not good. I'm gonna... you're kind of beyond the realm of numbers right now.
Okay.
You've got a role-playing injury, my buddy.
Okay.
At this point, though, Death and Pestilence start to come around. Death a little bit earlier. And he just starts shaking his head. And Famine just starts pointing his knife at just about everyone present and says, No, this is not happening.
Give up.
Dr. Javold, it's your turn.
Yeah. If I asked to convert a magic point into energy, what would the result be?
That's not a thing that happens in this system.
See, so
that doesn't work.
Guess I'm still dazed, aren't I? Yep. In that case, I'll use my defibrillator. Apparently that's how I spelled it.
Defibrillator?
Yeah.
You have one of those? His heart hasn't stopped,
That's not how defibs are used in real life. I gain 2 energy and 1d12 plus 3 health. Is that alright?
Yeah, you can do that.
Alright.
Give yourself energy. Great.
Oh, hey. 13 health. 2 energy.
Tibbs, you're up.
What's that?
So right now, what's happening is that Death and Pestilence are waking up. Famine's kind of on the back foot, and Steel is suffering a major injury.
He's on the ground, he's trying to stay in it, but he's not looking good.
Famine is kind of standing near Tempered Steel's body. Well, I say body, he's not dead yet. He's standing near Tempered Steel, who's on the floor.
Body does not mean corpse. It's fine to say.
Fair enough. I just felt like I was jumping a little bit.
I think it would be pretty obvious if you'd said he was dead. Pretty clear.
Tempered Steel's dead, rotting corpse.
Wow, that happened quick.
That was quick.
That escalated quickly.
So fast.
Okay.
But Famine's basically just looking panicked as he's still got some bloodlust in his eyes, but it's starting to dawn on him just how screwed he is.
Hell yeah, he's screwed.
He fucked with the wrong guys, because, he thought he was invincible, and everybody who's invincible eventually makes a mistake because they don't think they can.
Well, to be fair, he probably didn't expect you to shatter not 1 but 3 of his, rather intricate and complex and rather unheard of mind control spells.
Okay.
But yes, Tibbs.
Thinking, sorry.
having a small moment of panic. Okay. Tibbs is going to start slowly walking towards Famine.
Famine just, his knife comes straight horizontal between you and him, just holding it straight in front of him as a warning.
Tibbs is going to smile, and he's going to look Famine straight in the eyes and say, "Mate, I've lived with ghouls a long time, and I guarantee that I will manage to live just long enough to see you die. So do you want to try it?" And Tibbs is going to keep walking until the knife is very close.
Famine, even as you get that close, Famine seems unsure as whether he should commit to the attack or just start running as fast as he can. And even as you get very close to the knife, the fear has completely taken over in his eyes.
Do yourself a favor, mate. Run. Give yourself a few more days of happiness.
Famine.
No, Tibbs, we want to kill him now.
I don't suppose Gil's in any condition he could try and grab him, is he?
No.
Could. You've got enough.
If he runs, I've got a plan.
If he runs, I'm setting him on fire.
If he runs, I'm launching the mini nuke. Cinematic mini nuke?
Anyway, what's he doing?
The point is just to get him away from tempered steel so he can do the goddamn surgery.
That makes sense.
Tibbs, roll persuasion.
Persuasion? You got it. I need to remember what my persuasion is. It's an 8.
Feel free everybody to chip in on this.
Intimidate is persuasion in this.
Goodness.
Everyone feel free to contribute.
Only an 18.
I know it's not my turn and stuff, but if I contribute and stuff, can I say something?
Absolutely. If you're trying to assist with his persuasion check, you can absolutely do or say something to contribute to the intimidation.
Jabolt's just going to chuckle maniacally, which gives me a +5.
Okay.
Laughter.
Give me a second.
Oh wow, that's a 20 not natural.
Nice. That definitely helps.
Okay. Firelight will, after Tibbs and stuff has walked up closer to Pestilence, Firelight will walk up beside him as well. And as he walks. And you also have 5 goddamn seconds to step away from him right now before I set you on fire and send you straight to hell. And with that, I'm going to use, Fiery Eyes, which is the stare, which gives me a +20 bonus to, persuasion checks.
Oh, damn.
And wow, I only rolled a 6.
Still at 26 at the end of the day. Aurelia.
Don't give up, Famine. There's no victory for you here. Only death.
On the back of that, I'll,
Before that, Aurelia picks up her plasma caster and says, on top of all that, you've got the one chick for miles with the only gun that works for miles. I really want to see how that turns out.
And then Powder Keg points at him. Not just that. No matter how little you think of us, and how little you think of everyone else, the fact is, everyone in this room wants your sorry ass dead. So, odds of 1 versus, I don't even count, but it's a lot. We're gonna kill you. You're gonna fucking die.
I woke up to Flotsam and I pat her on
That's
the
only
head.
an 8 though, because Powder Keg has terrible persuasion.
What you said does definitely affect him, though. It adds an invisible bonus, shall we say?
Yeah.
I'm not rolling. I'm just added that in for flavor purposes.
That works. I love it. Anyone else?
Yeah. I will. I'll walk up to Flotsam and I'll pat her on the head and I'll be like, and this little one specifically asked to be the one who killed you. Unfortunately, there's a line. But don't worry. I'm gonna make sure that every single one of us gets our chance. And oh, am I going to enjoy it.
I love that. Good one.
21, not bad.
We're all getting a chance on the kill famine train tonight.
That was really good, Zenkarn.
Oh, thank you.
I guess, is Dally the only one left who has an opportunity to say something?
Think so. No, she's off getting cough drops.
Flotsam will just glare at him as per usual.
Fair enough.
So what's it gonna be?
Faced with all of that, and noticing, and Conquest just, bearing his sword menacingly, and Torque just kind of putting his fists covered with power hooves together, and his two brothers slowly rising up, their minds cleared but still bleary. Famine, faced with all of that, drops the knife and bolts.
Hey Spud, question. Remember that conversation we had about me being able to summon zombies with necromancy, and if I got high enough, being able to give them specialized attributes?
I hate to ruin your fun right now, but you're standing on a very solid stone floor.
I have my zombie pet. Does that count?
You do have your zombie pet still from the pet from the battle still, yeah.
So, actually, Flotsam! How long does it take to charge up haste?
I believe it's instantaneous.
Fantastic. Would I also be able to roll a necromancy check to make it faster?
Yeah, I think you would.
Sweet. Flotsam, would I be able to borrow some haste?
Sorry? Yeah, +5.
Powder Keg, now would be a really good time to charge up that mini nuke, I think.
I will. I will charge up that mini nuke.
Oh, wait. Do I add the +5 to my check, or does it just get the check for running?
I think it being the creature making the athletics check involved.
Nope, that's cool.
I think
just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Come on, don't fuck this up.
By the way,
36!
Zombie fetch.
Can I use one of my Molotovs and Elemental Mastery to basically do the same thing I did before and make a wall of fire in front of Pestilence? I'm not going to set him on fire because I'm pretty sure he's going to be blown to bits anyway.
You might as well set him on fire then, is what I'm saying.
Oh, goody!
Ooh, set the zombie
then
on
yeah,
fire.
I'll set him on fire. No, I'm gonna set him on fire. So Firelight will pull out one of the Molotovs, throw it through the air, and basically break it with telekinesis, so he can use the liquid inside to help him set more fire.
Javolt is tapping his electro cape with a disappointed expression.
And then
Javolt, you might be able to pull something off. I'm sure you can come up with some way to punish this guy.
Oh, I have a way, I just don't have enough energy.
We're kind of out of combat now.
Oh, so can I use combat talent
Like, I don't have enough energy to use the mini nuke. It's a cinematic mini nuke.
Yeah, this is... You can do something as long as it's suitably cinematic.
Okay.
And I'm basically coating Famine in the Molotov and then setting it all on fire. And I'll use one of my uses of Elemental Mastery to really make it burn.
Alright. Wow, that's Zenkarn, that's, Firelight, that's, I guess the Powder Keg is charging up his thing. Javolt, do you have anything in mind?
Oh yeah. Javolt is sort of going to casually raise an eyebrow and say, "You know the language of dragons. I have touched the soul of one." And then Javolt's going to use Red Lightning. Red Lightning is basically a reflavored "it's over." My in-universe justification is that he's running electricity through Smaug's crystal shard thingies.
Which I'm gonna say completely burns them up.
Well, it's a combat talent. here.
Well, oh yeah, it does require minus 17 energy, so whatever, I guess.
Yeah, he's not going to use it in a normal combat scenario.
I still call dibs on his head.
So that's, I don't know. How do I express this? Just red lightning is charging at Famine.
Okay. Does anyone else want to pile anything on? I know Tempered Steel is down. Tibbs, I don't know if
Tibbs has surgery to start.
Yeah, Tibbs is starting to some medical stuff. Flotsam, I think you need to add on to this.
No, it's okay. Blossom will just help. Sorry, voice going. It's fine. Just going without me.
No. Can we say that Flotsam throws a grenade?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
No. Famine somehow survives Powder Keg's nuke and all this other damage, and it's Flotsam's grenade that knocks him out.
It just lands right next to his head.
It bonks him on the head. He falls. He survived everything. The grenade bonks him on the head, and he falls over dead. The grenade doesn't even explode because Flotsam forgot to pull the pin.
So angry as Flotsam that happens.
No. Okay. Come on. Oh yeah. Does Flotsam still have any of the sparkle grenades? The sparkle.
I'm afraid she used them all up, but she does still have dynamite.
Dynamite still works. Okay. So with all of that, let me tell you how this goes down, sort of order of events.
All right.
Zenkarn Zombie, with really ridiculous, unnatural, unholy speed, leaps off the platform and just grabs onto Famine as he's running away, just causing him to scream out in terror. At which point, Firelight's Molotov crashes over him, spreads fire all over him, at which point Firelight's elemental mastery makes the flames just shoot up even higher and brighter and hotter, intensifying his screams. But because he used his Strength of the Dragon, he's still got enough strength to keep on going. Even though Javolt's red lightning just zaps into him, causing him to scream out in pain and terror as just tons and tons of volts go through him. But even as that active current is going through him, he's still got enough power to slowly, impossibly just pull himself forward up to the top of the pit. But at the top of the pit, he just looks up to this burning, electrified, zombie-riddled boss, looks up to see Scales and Locust there standing over him. They charge up their horns and blast him back down the stairs. Flotsam's grenade lands right next to him, with a couple seconds left as it cooks. And that is when Powder Keg's Fatmare mini nuke launches. And in the dust and the smoldering embers, crackles of electricity, and just tons upon tons of smoke, slowly clears to reveal a crater and a horribly mangled, burned body.
I'll go down and investigate the corpse.
Before you start to make your way down Zenkarn, but almost in the blink of an eye, you're not even sure how it happened, but suddenly Death is there.
Oh, he can corpse teleport. That's OP.
Death just kind of stares down at his corpse. Pestilence comes up behind your group and looks on as Death brings out his scythe, holds it above Famine's burning, dead body, and jabs the other end of it into Famine's burning chest. There's hard to explain what happens next. There is this unreal tearing sound around the crater. What feels like this violet, creepy energy pours out from beneath the ground at Death's hooves. This pouring out of souls just appears and erupts all around him. Famine's body animates once again and screams out in pain and terror as his body slowly regenerates ever so slightly until he's just about whole, but his body is gray and almost completely lifeless. But still, with terror-stricken eyes, he looks up at Death, with the scythes, the butt of the scythe still embedded within his chest. And Death says, "There is a special place in hell for brothers who betray brothers. Unfortunately for you, you're not going there anytime soon." And he jabs the scythe a little bit deeper. The energy builds up, and famine screams can be heard for hours.
And that is why you don't piss off Death.
Ow.
That was horrifying.
Holy shit, I want to do that.
Of course, we're all just like, holy shit, and then you're just like, I want to do that.
Which is the absolutely appropriate Zenkarn reaction.
Oh, man.
And that is what happened on the morning of Apocalypse.
Well, there we go.
Tempered Steel is, as it's clear that the battle is over, Tempered Steel is quickly rushed off with Tibbs to get immediate emergency care.
Whoa, can't I go too?
Yeah, Firelight as well.
Okay, before I'm guessing they, like, put him unconscious or something like that, right?
Yes, Tibbs put a very strong sedative into Tempered Steel.
Before that happens...
And by sedative, bottle to the back of the head.
Before that happens, Steel says, "If I don't make it, please don't make a zombie out of me."
I make no promises.
How about shut up and don't tell a doctor how to do his job.
And then sedative.
Okay. So healing now.
Yes.
Lots of healing.
I imagine the healing will be next session, though. Or in between the session.
Oh, should we roll now, or...
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. As a result of, all of this, this big old fight, this really just kind of grand climax to an arc that's been going on for a while, and frankly, it's been long enough. You all are leveling up to level 7.
Yay!
Wait.
Hooray!
5.
Should I hold off on doing anything till I see
Weaver, we've been 6 for a while.
I have?
Yeah.
Sure have, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get the level twice.
Level 7 is where we're at.
Alright.
True mending it is, then.
I just got a little confused, I guess.
We now have 2 party members who can bring back...
We have 3 party members who can bring back the dead.
No, yes, but
no one is ever going to die.
We have 1 party member who can bring back the dead. We have 2 party members who can reverse death itself.
Yeah, which is a little bit bullshit in my opinion, but that's just my opinion.
Never mind the necromancer in his opinion.
So basically,
he said sarcastically.
So basically, even if the worst happens, the medics can still save Tempered Steel anyway.
Through just, I guess, the
miracle of friendship, yes.
you guys all know what this
the
means,
intense pressure of the situation and coming out of it. I'd say Firelight and Zenkarn and Tibbs will have developed some new tricks.
I would hope so. Well, so you know what this means, right? All our practical jokes can now end in death, and it's completely okay.
God damn it.
No one will ever die again.
I'm pretty sure there... Okay, I'm just going to say, I'm pretty sure there would be, let's say, what's the opposite of frequent flyer miles?
Oh my god.
Let's just say that I think that repeatedly going back and forth from the necromantic soul well to, the land of the living would probably have some consequences.
No, it's fine.
We may get some negative karma points, guys.
Okay, let's test this theory. Tibbs, I need to follow you for a minute.
Anyway,
Tibbs, stay still for just like 5 minutes.
Because by this point, Tempered Steel, because by this point, Firelight and Tibbs will start to develop the talent of true mending. You're going to come out of this fine. That is
fix him instead.
No need to roll. We can just resolve that later on.
And no need to worry about rolls for like ill effects after the fact.
We'll figure that out next session. First, I think need to figure out your level 7 bonuses and destinies and whatnot.
Hooray!
Well, that's that book. I don't know which the Destiny book we need is.
It should be the one still in the Star Swirl thread.
Sweet.
Well, I think Cuteless just brought it up.
Well, no, I linked the straight up handbook, but I think it's got a link to it in there anyway.
No, there's a separate Destiny doc that has them.
I think
it should really be like differentiated somehow.
I think it's that one, but I promise nothing.
Shouldn't the Destinies be in the handbook? I mean, a link to the Destinies be in the handbook?
It's a whole bunch of different docs is the problem, but...
I think it is, but you'd have to go searching for it. Anyway, the second link should be what we need.
But we're at
now,
level
the question
7.
is, do I want to take True Reanimation, or do I want to take Aura of Misery and make Spider hate me for all of eternity?
With all that done, and... I mean, there's plenty of stuff to resolve, but I think we can probably take care of most of that next time, I think, right? Would that be alright with everybody?
And then Powder goes back to Skyfall to go tell Blinky what a hero he was.
Is there any questions regarding the fallout of this?
Where do we stand now?
You now have 3, and possibly, 4 or 5 of the 4 horses that now pretty much agree with your point of view.
Okay.
So
we
and
sort of got
whose lives and
raiders.
minds you've saved.
Yeah, they probably have like some sort of eternal gratitude to us for that.
Do I have to give the totem back?
You do, yes.
Aww. If I don't mention it, can I just leave with it accidentally?
Death will know.
Damn it.
Death will definitely know.
He won't mind. We're bros. He won't mind.
And you know what Death might do if you conveniently, quote unquote, forget to give his totem back. I did air quotes there.
I'm sure he won't mind. We're friends. It's great.
We're buds.
Really?
I don't know. He has just started to torture Famine's, undying soul for a good while now. That's probably...
See, he's busy. You won't even notice.
He's busy torturing someone's immortal soul.
Let's get this thing over with. It's getting late.
Let's bring this to an end because this has. I'm very happy with how this turned out. Even if it was a bit of a slog, this fight felt like a bit less of a slog than some others.
Well, it helped that a lot of it involved not directly, just the combat stuff. But yeah, this has been Fallout is Dragons.
Tune in next week when we wrap all this shit up.
Lapis, is your mic off?
Has my mic been off this whole time?
Oh dear.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh.
That's gotta be super frustrating. Holy crap.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's...
Ben Powder Keg.
This is what happens when my brother walks in suddenly and I try to keep him from getting in the recording. I turn off my mic and forget to turn it back on.
Well, at the very least, I know this means nothing at this point, but you were successful. I heard nothing. I don't think I have to edit any of that out. But, oh man.
I don't even know when I stopped being heard.
What was all the good, the high points of what you were saying?
Because it's probably been a while.
I don't even remember, because, nothing if it's super notable.
Alright, well, anything you want to comment on what happened with Famine, any questions you want to ask about, the how this resolves,
I was making a lot of comments about Zenkarn trying to take that thing and you want to piss that guy off? Oh, let's go ahead and not do that.
Yep.
Let's not die.
That's understandable.
Yeah,
I don't want to have my
all in agreement
soul
on that.
tortured for all eternity.
Implying choices. I mean...
Well, we could, take his phylactery hostage and...
No, that's still a bad idea.
That sounds excellent, guys. Definitely. Oh, and hey, you guys have two true menders, and
Why are we talking about?
You guys have 2 true menders, intermediate necromancer. You could probably survive that, right?
No.
No, it's fine. What we'll do is we'll kill Death off, and then I'll take over the Death Tribe, and then we'll just rule the Wasteland. Problem solved.
Join us next week when we make more terrible decisions here on Fallout as Dragons.
All right, let's do this for real now. Lapis, if you would, Jawa and Lapis, if you would please close us out.
We're doing it for real this time?
For real this time.
This has been Fallout is Dragons.
Join us next week for the not-so-climactic end to a climactic session.
And maybe we'll actually move on.
And leave
to
this
other places,
place
more places,
forever.
people to kill.
Oh, hold on, I got a better one. Join us next week when we actually finally leave Slayer Base. Been here for a month. Did I just say?
You did say Slayer Base.
Okay.
I'm keeping it. No, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping that. It's perfect.
No, we can't keep that.
Are we still on Namek?
Only keep that if you want to keep in this, the after part where we're just talking
that was kind of my intention, yeah.